Okay, so welcome everybody to the premiere of Rime of the Frostmaiden. As you know, my name is Malcolm. I'll be your DM, and I'm really looking forward to this. I've done about 10 or so sessions with a different group, and we're having a whole lot of fun, so very much looking forward to this. So, let's get started. So, Icewind Dale has become trapped in a perpetual winter. Ferocious blizzards make this mountain pass through the spine of the world exceedingly treacherous, and this land has not felt the warmth of the sun in over 2 years. In fact, the sun no longer appears above the mountain, not even in what should be the height of summer. In this frozen tundra, darkness and bitter cold reign as king and queen. Most Dale residents blame Oriel, the Frostmaiden, the god of winter's wrath. The shimmering aurora that weaves across the sky each night is said to be her doing, a potent spell that keeps the sun at bay. Dale folk live in a scattering of settlements known as 10 towns. They drop off in caravans coming from the south and travel between the settlements in this never-ending winter has left everyone feeling isolated. Although each town has resolved to appease the Frostmaiden with sacrifices of one kind or another, no respite from winter's fury seems forthcoming. For adventurers, such as yourselves, Ten Town is a place to test one's mettle, and in the spirit of heroes who have come before, leaves one mark on this frigid, blighted land. But our focus turns to the town of Bryn Shander, a walled town perched atop a cold, lonely, wind-lashed hill. Bright lanterns suspended over narrow streets twist in the wind and add flecks of colour to the town's otherwise drab surroundings. There is no safer place in Icewind Dale to spend coin or to spend the night. The wall that surrounds Bryn Shander are some 30 feet high, and some poor souls are patrolling along them. The gates are closed when it's dark outside, which is to say, more often than not. They mercifully open up to let in a couple of humanoids, barely visible in the new light. They seem to be supporting each other as they stumble in. The first figure is Malik. Why don't you describe to us what Malik looks like as he enters the 10 towns?
Yeah. Malik is young. He's like in his, let's say, early 20s, like 19 or 20 years old. His skin like is kind of like pale, like has really fair skin and also fair hair, really blonde guy. And he has this he can see that he has trained because he has this bulk structure, like even though he's young but he's like tall, like let's say almost 6'1", 6'2" and yeah, but he's really young and he's with his armor from his training, paladin training, and yeah. That's pretty much me. He has a long sword that he's carrying on his back.
Okay, excellent. And the second figure, who is stumbling into the town of 10 towns, is Calder. Why don't you explain to us what Calder looks like, Matt?
Sure, yeah. Calder is a. First, how is the sound right now? I've pushed the
That's
noise
good.
suppression, so hopefully that's helping.
Does seem to help, yep.
Okay, good. So Calder is he is a very slight tiefling. He seems very thin. He's very pale. He has no color to him at all. His clothes are colorless. He's just dressed in rags. And he has just like deep sunken shadows in his eyes and in his face. And his eyes look really quite black. Like the pupils and the irises don't have any color either. They're just pure black.
Nice.
He has, yep.
So as these two figures wander into Bryn Shander, the gates just creaking open just enough to let them in before they slam shut again. And something seems to be happening in the town square. So they wander over. Our guard hands them each a piece of paper and tells them to write their names. Seemingly too tired to protest, they write their names down and are surprised to see their pieces of paper deposited in a barrel. Inside of the Norfolk Tavern, we see two recent arrivees as well, huddled around a fireplace and stamping the snow off their shoes. While some warmth is given off the fireplace, it is not enough to truly warm them, and they still can't help but shiver. Hanul, why don't you let us know what Hanul looks like?
Alrighty. So it's tough to tell from outside, but as the camera comes closer a little bit, he's wearing thick winter clothing over a set of ragged leather armor. There are two scimitars who rest at his hip and a light crossbow at his back. As you can tell from the picture, he lost his left eye. He's an Ergenazi with cyan skin, like a light blue, and the eyes are in tones of blue as well as is his hair. But he's almost bald. He just has this little line across his head, pretty much. He's not too tall, like 5'10", and he looks very slender, like dexterous though, but not very muscular. And he's in his 20s. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And the second figure in the Norfolk Tavern is somewhat shorter than Hanul. Thoradin. What does Thoradin look like?
So, Thoradin, yes, he is a bit shorter. He is a dwarf. As you have a look at him, you'll see that he is heavily armoured. It's scale mail. Some of it looks battered and well used. It's definitely not just wearing it for show. If he takes his hood back, you'll see that he's got his brown hair is actually cut into a Mohican. He has a very, very long brown beard, and if the wind was to blow that out the way, that you'd see that there's a symbol on his tunic above his armor, and that symbol is of an upturned warhammer with a set of scales on it, which is clearly very special to him. And he just looks like he has been around, and he's looking tired and weary generally.
Nice. So the inn proprietor, a human named Scramsax, yell, "Okay, everybody, you know the drill. It's time. Everybody head to the town square." And despite the dreadful weather that's outside, all the occupants sigh and head out to the town square. Not knowing what else to do, Hanul and Thoradin head to the town square, and they too write their name on a piece of paper and drop it in the barrel. At the back of the crowd gathered in the town square is a shorter figure, seemingly kept to himself. He too has placed his name in the barrel, not entirely sure why, being a recent arrival as well. And what does Grimmock look like?
Grimmock is also a dwarf. He's well hooded, thick clothes, ginger beard up to his belly. If he took off his hood, you would see he's nearly bald. And he's just looking at the crowd, keeping it to himself. His face seems to have this perpetual grin that never leaves his face.
Nice. So the leader of the town approaches the crowd. And she says, "You all know me. I am the speaker Duvasay Shane. And is that time again where we must come together and do what we can to appease Oriel the Frostmaiden. Oriel," and she begins and talks to the sky, "we do not know why you curse us with this endless winter. We can only assume that you crave our deaths. To appease you, as we do at every new moon, we will sacrifice one of our own in the hope that you will end this endless winter." There was murmuring in the crowd before, but now everybody is hushed. And she reaches deep into the barrel, shakes her hand a bit, and pulls out a name. Everybody can't help but hold their breath. And she says, "Cray Sagor!" And a woman screams at the back, "No! No, not Cray! Cray Sagor." Everybody looks at him, drawn by his wife screaming. He hugs his wife and his kids, and who all start to wail as well. But not Cray. He is stoic. He tears himself away from this family and makes his way to the edge of the crowd. A group of men grab him. Are they guards? Citizens? Perhaps people thankful it's not them? It is hard to tell. But they drag him outside of the town as the rest of the crowd follows silently, save for the screaming wife and kids. 500 feet or so out of town, they strip him naked and tie him to a pole. And the crowd silently walks back. Some kind soul leaves Cray's family back to town. Come morning, the pole will be empty. Now the two dwarfs, the Ganassi, the tiefling, did I miss anyone?
And Malik?
And Malik.
Yeah.
They all make their way back to Northlook, the local tavern. Now, the place is unusually busy. Perhaps people are celebrating that their names were not in the barrel. This eclectic group of 5, some of them knowing each other, some of them not, are forced to share a table. Now, in the relative warmth of the inn, though no place is truly warm, in Winterdale, the group sits down, remove their hoods, and take in the scene. So if you guys want to strike up a conversation or get to know each other?
I am like talking like just like with Calder with a low voice, and I say to him, yeah, we made it. How are you holding up? Calder, did you hear what I said?
Matt's on mute.
Yeah. Hard to respond. Calder, you're on mute.
All right. Yeah. Totally was. Calder's just like he's shivering and he's cold, and he just says, "I'm a little scared, but thank you for helping me get here. I couldn't have made it without you."
Yeah, you also helped me, so yeah, I think we are fine. But what's happening in this town? Hey guys, you know what's happening here? What happened with that guy?
Hanul rolls his eyes and chucks his mug of ale.
Well, you bloody know what will happen to the lad.
So-
Call that there, everyone knows. He's left for dead. That's what happened to him.
So are you guys also new here in town?
Well, do we look like we're from here?
I don't know, man. Everybody looks the same for me.
No, clearly we're not. Pleasure to meet you. I'm a hunter.
Yeah.
I come from further down south. This cold is killing me, slowly, as it does with everyone.
Yeah. Nice to meet you. I'm Malik. And this is my friend, Calder.
You said you're from further south. Are we in Faerun?
A good question. I think we are, but quite up north. This is above the northern edge, above the northern spine of the world, even further north than the dwarven kingdoms, where my fellow dwarf friend is come from.
So you guys see Calder gets this huge look of relief on his face, just like totally relieved.
What? Never been to Faerun? What's that look on your face?
No, I'm from Faerun. I just haven't been here for a while.
Well, where have you been? Khanul is clearly too enamored of ale, wine, and other stuff. He's quite drunk.
As you're talking, Scramsax, who I mentioned before, who is the innkeeper of this, he's bustling around, he's serving everybody. As I said, the inn's unusually busy at the moment. But he comes up to you and says, you sorry lot of bastards, what can I get you to eat? Let me tell you the menu. We have knucklehead trout, we have knucklehead trout, and we have knucklehead trout, and we have our... What can I get you, sorry bastards?
I think I'm gonna have this trout.
Sure.
Give me 2 more mugs of ale, please, my
Done.
fellow friend, Scramsags, and Knucklehead with Knucklehead, and Knucklehead as a side dish.
Easily enough done. What about you, dwarf? He says, looking at Thoradin.
An ale for me.
I could have guessed that. What about your dwarven friend over there? He says, gesturing towards Grimmick.
Grimmick is having a phone call at the moment. He's gone.
He's having a... Oh, okay. Didn't see that.
Get me, mate, an ale as well.
Done. How about you? You seem a bit quiet. What do you want? What are you, a tiefling? So what do you want, you sorry bastard? Hello? Calder, what do you want?
Calder is can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Calder's just like, oh, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you.
Fine. And Scrimsax leaves, presumably to come back with some knucklehead trout and some ale. And everybody, let's set an historic moment. Everybody, let's make the first roll of the game. No pressure, but everybody please make me a perception check. This is going to set the entire tone for the entire campaign. So everybody make me a perception check. Oh, hello! Whoa! Ooh, 3 Calder. Keeping it up. Who are we missing? Grimmock. Perception check.
Probably still occupied with the call.
Okay. Let me do one for Grimmock then. I'm slightly disappointed that your roll didn't come in just before Thoradin's, Hanul, because that would have set the tone. Natural 1.
Well,
Okay,
to be fair, I'm fairly intoxicated, and I should roll with disadvantage still. So I'm gonna roll again. Maybe it's another one.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
better.
take that one.
Only because I'm drunk.
okay, so that was technically under
3
guidance.
natural ones.
There we go. Okay, so that was Calder's roll. It was a 3. So we had a 3, a natural 1, an 8, another 3, and a 22.
Bodes
So
well, doesn't
Hanul,
it?
Hanul, what you do notice, very much
Oh,
like that...
no. We take the net one. Sorry, it was with disadvantage.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
fucking drunk. I
You're
don't
right.
perceive anything.
Calder, I take it back. Calder, you notice on the other end of the bar, there's this dwarf. It's hard to tell the gender because, the whole beard thing. But on the edge, he or she is just smoking a pipe and just watching you intently. Nothing more. She's just watching you. And Scrampsax comes back and he slaps down the ale and he slaps down kind of a shared, what you assume is knucklehead trout. It's grilled, and that's it. It's literally just a fish. Like normally when people order fish, you'd expect vegetables and potatoes inside things, but it is literally just a fish.
So, is this? You said it was a dwarf who was looking.
Human.
Oh, a human.
Oh, sorry, no, the dwarf
this-
was the one watching you from the other side of the Northlock Tavern.
Yes.
And the human
Yeah. So,
Scrimsax, yeah.
is the dwarf watching me specifically, or watching the group?
Hard to tell. But definitely eyes are focused on your table.
Okay. Calder's just gonna sort of shift around everybody else and kind of hide behind one of them so that he's not in eye line.
Okay, easy enough to do.
I ask Calder, hey man, what's going on? Why do you hide behind me?
Because he's gay. And then Hanul buries his face in the fish. One of the fish he ordered.
It's gonna be like super quiet and sort of point really sort of quietly, kind of trying to be discreet. And he's gonna point toward the dwarf watching us.
Everybody's
Okay, so
everybody
Yeah,
eyes switches to the dwarf's table, and you do see her, and she is like Strider is at the start of the Lord of the Rings movie, just quietly smoking her pipe, and her face lights up when she inhales on the pipe, and it lights up. And yeah, she's watching your table. And then she notices you, noticing her, and it is a her, and she gets up and approaches your table and sits down, and she says, you three look like interesting types. Maybe, have you heard about the murders that been happening around town? And yes, you have been heard about these murders. There's been one just the other day, right here in Brinshander. Someone has been killed. None of their belongings have been taken. Nothing's been stolen, just literally a death. And in the other cities as well, you've heard rumors about this. I'll just drag you across to Icewind Dale itself. So pretty much in Targos, Brinshander, and East Haven, similar murders have been reported. Just cold-blooded murders. Nothing seems to motives behind it. They've just been killed, nothing stolen from them. And they all happened about a month apart, about the time when these human sacrifices are made. So she says, I've assumed you heard all about these murders going up and down town.
I just arrived, but do you know if these murders are connected with some cultist guys? Because the whole reason for me to be here is because I'm after some cultists, and they call themselves Shahrans.
I honestly don't have a clue. The only connection I can see is, as I said, tends to happen around town, around the 3 towns, East Haven, Bryn Shander, and Targos. And it always happens around the time of the human sacrifice lottery that we just saw before. I mean, rumors abound that, bribes are paid to the speakers of the towns to, have their name removed from it. Some people go and hide in the wilderness to, get out of the draw. And so some people are, I think, annoyed by that. So maybe that's the only possible connection I could see between them.
Murders in places. Why are you telling us about this?
Well, I've been a bounty hunter for a long time, but the cold and old age have finally caught up with me, and I've earned one or two too many enemies up or down the Sword Coast, which is why I've ended up here in Icewind Dale. So out of maybe boredom and half moral decency, I decided to investigate these murders because no one else has. Not even the Council of Speakers can be bothered. And I'm trying to decide whether you guys would be interested in helping me get to the bottom of this mystery.
Well, it depends. Start talking money and we might be interested.
Well,
With a toothy grin on his face.
well, fair enough. I mean, I've earned my fair share of coin for my time as a bounty hunter, and tell you what, I can pay you 50 gold pieces each if you take on this task for me. 50 gold pieces, and that'll buy you many a plate of knucklehead trout.
When he hears this, Calder actually comes up from under the table where he hid when the dwarf lady came over.
Does this interest you, Tiefling?
Yeah. I could use gold.
Cool. And can I just assume that the 2 dwarves are interested in gold?
Normally more gold than that, but gold's gold.
And what about you, friend? I don't think I've seen your type before, she says, looking at Hanul.
Well, since this group is clearly lacking a tracker, count me in. 50 gold pieces. We have a deal.
Now, what about you? You look like the noble sort, she says, looking at Malik.
I could go with some gold, but that's not important to me right now. Like I said to you, I'm after those guys. So maybe there is a connection. So I can help. Maybe we can find a connection with the guys that I'm looking for.
Well, I do have an eye for those adventurers who are maybe a little bit more noble than the rest. So, let me tell you what I know. I suspect it's someone called Sifik Cultro. I'll put that in the chat for you. I should introduce my name. My name's Hlyn Trollbane, by the way. Pleasure to meet you all. So Hlyn Trollbane is my name. Yeah, as I said, it's this character who's been relatively new in town called Sifik Cultro. Sifik Cultro. And he works for this small traveling merchant company called Torrigs, owned and operated by the shady dwarf named Torga Icevein. In other words, Sifik gets around, traveling with this merchant company. Torga makes friends easily, and Sifik Cultro is Torga's bodyguard, so I'm guessing he's good with a blade. Now, the reason I suspect Sifik Cultro is this is not a lot to go on, but it's what I've got to go on. He hardly wears any clothes. He wears a tunic, a leather pants, short sleeve shirts, and he's got these strange blue eyes. Now, as you know, in 10 towns, people come here to escape their past, and a lot of questions are asked. But he does stand out, even amongst the rag band groups of people who comes here. Now, what is further interesting is a travelling merchant company has been appearing in those 3 towns right before the human sacrifices are made. This is what... Now, this is what passes for civilized behavior in Icewind Dale. As I said, maybe the victims found a way to keep their names out of the drawings, and Sifik, I think, found out they were cheating, so they killed him. Maybe, just maybe, Sifik is doing the Frostmaiden's work. I followed Torgs for a 10 days and moved from town to town. Quite the devious little enterprise, but that's not my concern. What struck me, as I said, is how comfortable Sifik Cultro looked in this weather. No coat, no scarf, no gloves. It was like the cold couldn't even touch him. Kiss of the Frostmaiden, indeed. So as I said, I will pay you 50 gold pieces each to apprehend Sifik Cultro, ascertain his guilt, and deal with him, preferably without involving the authorities. When the job is done, return to me and collect your money.
Consider it done.
So do you have any place that we can start looking?
Well, no, I don't. As I said, Bryn Shander had the murder just the other day, an old dwarven glassblower. As I said, stabbed in the back. What was interesting, though, was there was a very unusual cut. Almost around the where the blade went assumed, and there was like a pale blue coloration to the skin, which was unusual. About a month ago, the murder happened in Targos, and about a month before that, the murder happened in East Haven. So choose one of... Oh, I wasn't pinging right. In one of those places.
Okay, which is the more recent?
Bryn Shander would be the most recent.
Okay. Yeah, what do you think, guys? I'm not an investigator, but yeah. What do you think, Tracker?
Well, my job is to track and not to investigate. Well, we can look for a lead. We can start anywhere. Maybe take a look at the bodies, if that makes sense. But I'm not very proficient in medicine and anatomy, so I don't think I will be able to gather much information there.
Maybe there are other things here, like arcane things, or I don't know. It seems unusual.
I say we ask around until we have a lead, follow their lead, and then catch that bastard. Simple as that.
Lynn
50 gold,
pipes up.
easy earned.
It is easy earned. I mean, the obvious lead for me is to find the travelling caravan, and there you'll find Sifik. The only problem is I have no idea where the travelling caravan is. Could be in Targos, could be in East Haven, could be in Dugan's Hole, that red ass of a city. Find the caravan would be a good start, but that's my advice.
Place the caravan was seen.
Well, people don't travel as much between town to town as they used to. I think... Yeah, I don't know. As I said, it was in Bryn Shander a few days ago. They've since moved on, I don't know. I mean, the obvious place would be Targos or maybe East Haven. To be honest, I can't see them in Ciara Dinaval and Ciara Konig. I know those places are quite isolated and quite resentful. As you no doubt know, ferries used to travel north along Lake Dineshire to Cair Dinaval and Cair Connig, but with the lakes freezing over there, as isolated as any. So I don't suspect they're there, but who knows? They could be anywhere by now.
Can I roll an an insight check on
Sure.
this guy? Just I don't know, to see if he's hiding something, or maybe it's kind of a trap. I don't know.
Well, I always say east or west, food is best.
What?
8.
Okay.
Hard to get a read on her. She seems quite
Okay.
forthright. You don't know, she could be doing an elaborate scam. She should be just, as she claimed, a bored and feeling like something needs to solve these crimes.
Okay.
So, Grimmark, let me just give you a quick synopsis. They're in the bar, they're approached by a dwarf. Someone is killing people around these towns, and she suspected someone called Sefik Caltro who travels with a travelling caravan. And it seems as if the murders happen right around the time of the drawings of names to see who dies. So she suspects he might be getting revenge for people who dodged the draw. Not sure. And she's offered 50 gold pieces to each of you for doing this task.
Cheers, sorry about that.
No problem.
DM, just a quick question.
Mhm.
You put a third name in there, Torga Icebane. I actually missed who that was. Was that the
Classic.
murder victim?
So I'll go through it. Sefik Cultro is the guy who doesn't seem to be affected by cold, who just wanders around without gloves or anything. Hlyn Trollbane is the female dwarf that's talking to you. And Torga Icevein is the owner of the travelling caravan. Okay.
Dorga Icevan is also traveling with the caravan.
Yeah, she's the owner of the caravan.
Okay, honor. Okay.
And Sefik's Cultro is kind of acting like her bodyguard, according to Hlyn,
I
anyway.
see.
Where were this traveling caravan last seen, lad? Last.
Well, I
In
can't do an
Bryn
accent
Shander.
as well as you. Is in Bryn Shander a few days ago, where the murder happened. So could have headed to Targos, Bremen, East Haven. As I said, it's a travelling merchant caravan, so east or west, pick your direction. Goodmead, everywhere, I think, is an option, except the castles, Cair Dinaval and Cair Connig. They're isolated at the best of times, particularly with the lake freezing over. But maybe Torga took her travelling caravan there because she knew she'd at least have good business there.
We had a name drawing here. Do you have any, like, we have anything in a suspicion that happened with the last that we saw here?
Flynn says this drawing has been the same down the months. To be honest, everybody knows that those with money bribe the speakers to get their name removed from it. And surprise, surprise, though the speakers make a big show of putting their names in the drawer, not yet has speaker has been done. Not surprising in Bryn Shander, since there's 1,000 odd people here, but in some of the smaller towns, more like Targos, no one with any money has ever been pulled from the hat.
Okay. Does a speaker live here nearby?
Let me show you the map of Bryn Shander. Lost it. 1 second. There we go. So this is what the town looks like. purple thing is there, but... So, right now, you're in the Northlook Tavern, which is over here. As I said in the intro, Bryn Shander is surrounded by a wall, which people patrol alone. These gates are closed during the darkness, which is almost a bit of an insult almost, because everything is in darkness at the moment. But they did open up to let you in. Trade's trade. And this is where the sacrifice happened. And this is where the speaker is probably right now.
If we are to go around in the 10 towns, the other towns also have a draw. And are we bound to be on it if we step inside those towns?
You'll be in the drawer if you happen to be there at the time, as you fine folks seem to be unlucky. As far as human sacrifices are done, places where the murders happened. Targos, Bryn Shander, and East Haven. The other towns also have sacrifices of sorts. Some sacrifice food, some sacrifice warmth. But the three bigger cities, Targos, Bryn Shander, and East Haven, they're the ones who sacrifice the humans.
If there is gold to be made, you've got my interest there. I'm not bound to go around in this cold with no aim, just to find a caravan. If we get some other job, perhaps, that lead us towards some of these towns, I'm happy to track it and follow it. But do you know of anyone that might need a hand?
Not off the top of my head. Maybe if you ask around, there's always work to be done. And as she says that, sorry, just get my notes. Three stocky figures, bundled in cold weather garb, stumble towards you. They have snowshoes slung over their backs and ice picks fastened to their belt, and two of them have thick beards. The third holds up a gloved hand, and through a thick wool scarf in a raspy voice, "Well met! I'm Fruna, and these are my friends Corix and Storn. We need help, and you look capable." And with that, Flynn says, "Well, seems as if it's found you. As I said, I'm going to be in this town, probably be in this pub for the next foreseeable future. So if we found Sephic culture, bring me proof of his death, then 50 gold pieces are yours." And before she's even finished her sentence, these stocky figures, they pull up chairs, they kind of come right next to Calder and almost shove Calder aside. Does Calder resist?
He slides under the table again.
Literally under the table?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's scared.
Okay, to each his own. And they do barge and get it. There's not really enough room for, 5 plus another 3, 8. I guess 7 with Calder hiding under the table. And they say, "So, we need help. You look capable. What do you say? Can we make a deal here?"
Well, what do you need help with?
Well, and they take off their hoods and their doors, obviously. They've got thick beards as they do, and they're kind of slapping their beards to get the ice out of their beards. And they say, Hruna, she's, as she takes her hat off and removes her gloves, she can see that she's lost 2 fingers to one hand from frostbite, so just dark black stumps. And also her right ear is gone, presumably to frostbite as well. Horix, who she introduced as well, he's doesn't really talk much. He's unfortunately lost his nose to frostbite. He looks as if he's lost some fingers as well. And he's just staring in silence. You see a lot of this around 10 towns. People's spirit have just been broken. They're down on their lucks. And Storn, who she introduced as well, he's quiet as well. It seems Shruna is the talkative one. But every so often Storn just looks up into the sky. Hush! Looks as if he's about to run, but then glances out the window and then settles back down again. He's very, very jumpy. And as you're talking, Runa, she lights up a big mocha cigar of sorts, takes in a bit inhale and just exhale it, not caring terribly much about secondhand smoke. And she says, well, we are the survivors of a group of dwarves. She takes another deep drag on her cigarette. And we're tasked with delivering a sled of iron ingots down to Bryn Shander. But a yeti surprised us and killed a member of the group. Now, the rest of us fled as the yeti tore poor Ublok limb from limb. Now, we need someone to go back and get the sled for us. As payment, we can offer you each a gemstone worth 50 gold pieces. But the friendship of the dwarves and Icewind Dale can also be a boon in these harsh times. Never discount. If you're friendly to us dwarves from Clan Battlehammer, then you'll have a friend indeed. What do you say?
Where did you say you're coming from?
Well, let me show you. And he brings out a map. Are you guys on the map? We are on the map. Well, down here is what's commonly known as Dwarven Valley. I'll just put that on the map for you. Right here, about halfway towards Calvin's Cairn. So, we lost the cart. We can give you basic directions. Is anyone amongst you a tracker of sorts? We're going to need a tracker.
That might be me. Come in. 50 gold pieces should be enough.
Excellent. So I'll give you basic directions, but it's about here, she says, pointing to the maps. If you find the iron ingots, bring it back here. The gemstone is yours.
And what about the Yet?
The Yeti could still be out there as far as I know. As I said, it tore poor Ublok limb from limb. I assume the Yeti has no interest in iron ingots, so we're suspecting our cart is still out there.
But it seems interesting, dwarfs, and we have a bunch here. So,
to be honest, I don't think they really could give two rats' ashes about the fact that we were dwarves. It was just hungry.
yeah.
The Dwarven
Cart's
Valley,
okay?
Sorry about that. Go on.
No, I'm just asking, is the cart in one piece? Will we be able to use it?
The Yeti took no interest in the sled. I said cart, but I meant sled. Once again, not of interest to a Yeti. What it seemed to want most was a tasty meal. So I assume the sled is still in working order. I mean, the last we saw of it was Ublok being teared limb from limb. Didn't have any interest in the cart, I don't think, or the sled. But this is what we're paying you for.
Sorry to hear about your friend. You come from the Dwarven Valley. What can one expect to find there?
During this blasted, endless winter, a lot of us dwarves have taken to living underground. As I said, there's a valley just south, about halfway between here and Calvin's Cairn. And we've taken to go underground and just coming up for trade and food and hunting. But these are shit times.
Shit times indeed. You'll travel often. Will we need special equipment to face the frost outside? Probably dog sleds or perhaps special boots.
I can tell you're a dwarf asking for things up front. Let me tell you, Dog sleds are crazy ass expensive. There's no way we're giving you dog sleds. My goodness. Tell you what we could do as a deal for you. We could equip you all with some snowshoes. I mean, traveling out there is shit at the best of times, but at least these snowshoes will get you moving a bit quicker. What do you say?
Job is a job, and you got my interest. If the rest of the party agrees, I'll be needing your help on this one, I think.
Always happy to help a fellow dwarf.
And on my travels with Torridine, I heard a lot of good things about Dwarvish Ale. So, yes, count me in. Let's start with that one.
What about you? Malik's a human? What's so? Oh, Asimar.
Yeah,
Asimar.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah. I don't have much to do right now, so yeah, I can help out.
Oh, okay.
Calder's going to poke his head up from under the table next to Malik, just really close to Malik, and just be like, if you're going, I'm going to go too.
Okay, well, good to hear from you. So, and he presents you all with snowshoes. So getting around is great. And I just saw a message from our halfling friend, Anders Took. Not sure if you saw it in the Discord, but he officially can't join us, so that's fine. Okay, so with that, the dwarf says, well, we're going to get some ale. We'll be here. I look forward to seeing you come back soon with a big pile of iron ingots. As I said, 50 gold piece gemstone.
Haruna, before you go, just out of interest, you didn't see a travelling caravan on your way into town, did you?
Oh no, we just came straight down south through the valley. We weren't travelling on the road, so nothing.
No tracks. Okay. Well, let's get going, lads.
All right, and with that, the three dwarves they lead you to your table. So, over to you guys.
What time of day is it?
It's about midday.
So I'm preoccupied with day drinking pretty much, and I suggest we start trekking tomorrow. I won't be much help today.
What's the name of the dwarf that talked to us again?
I'll put it in chat just so to
Okay.
remind you. So the dwarf talking to you was. I'll just copy it from the text. So there's other names. Bruna was the one talking to you, and there's Corix and Storn. Storn was the one looking up at keep on glancing out the windows, looking up into the sky for some reason, and Corix was the one missing lots of things, pretty much keeping to himself.
Right. Guys, do you think you need to buy any equipment? I don't know. I just have this cape and this busted armor, so.
You all have winter clothes, by the way. At some point, you would have got them, so you have nice, thick winter clothes. Otherwise, quite frankly, you'd all be dead by now. So you all do have thick winter clothes.
Okay.
I think the one thing we didn't ask, though, was how far away it is and what rations we need and things like that, didn't we? So.
Rations, just by the way, I'm not really going to worry about terribly much. Just assume that you have it. It
Okay.
doesn't add much fun to it. Hrun did explain to Hanul that it's about here. She gave him directions where the sled is. So you need to head north from Brinchander, pretty much not sticking to the paths. It's in the middle of nowhere, basically.
Yeah, it's fine for me, guys. If you want, we can take the day to rest our bones, like we just got here in the city, so we can go out tomorrow.
And if you need supplies, today's the day to get them.
Okay.
I'm ready to leave today if you if you want, but if you feel like you need to do something in town, I can also wait.
Well, I think we
I'd
need
rather
Hanul
not.
sober, don't we, sir?
Well, you certainly do. Also, I would prefer not to stay the night outside town, because I'm freezing here already.
Well, I can tell you all that Hanul knows what he's talking about, so I would listen to him on this.
If
Thanks
that's
for
the
the backup.
case, I need to find a place to stay.
You can stay right here in the Northlock Inn if you'd like.
Scram sacks!
Yeah, what do you want, you orny bastard?
Don't call me bastard, but
Nah,
you've got
call
any rooms to spare? With a
Well,
place to sleep.
well, first of all, you need to settle up your tab. I think for the ale, the knucklehead trout is gonna set you back, let's say 2 silver pieces between you. So let's settle up that first.
I'm gonna flip him a gold piece.
Oh, thank you kindly, sir. And I
How
think,
much for the rooms?
well, I'll tell you what. With the gold piece, if you flip me 1 more of those gold pieces, I can get a couple of rooms for you.
I'm gonna flip him another one.
Okay.
There we go. Saddled.
Okay, and he says, okay. And you,
And
by
keep
this
the
time,
ale flowing, by the way.
okay. So the ale keeps flowing. Let's just say you guys hang out a little bit, talk, get to know each other in the tavern. Eventually, evening comes around. Scrimsax takes you up to your rooms. As I said, there's 2 rooms, so you can split them up between you. And then morning comes. You'll come back down into the Northlick Tavern. Hanul is looking a little greener than the rest of you, but everybody, maybe except for Calder, drank some of the ale. And yeah, you make your way back down to the tavern, sober but not necessarily feeling well, as your first morning begins together in Icewind Dale.
Oh, can we play out like a late night talk, like a
Sure.
pillow talk with
Absolutely.
if you're down for that.
Absolutely.
So as we head up to the stairs, to the room, Foridin, Hanu definitely drunk, like he had 7 or 8 mugs of ale. He's quite wasted, still able to articulate himself, but quite alright. As we head to the room, sharing a room, sitting pretty much on the bed. So, Foridin, I've told you before, you're like the first dwarf that I kind of got to know. How come you guys talk so different? I mean, are there like different families? How does that work?
Guys, you mean me and Grimmock?
Yeah, that was his name.
That's the yeah. So yeah, we're just from different places. By the sounds of his accent, I think he's probably maybe a mountain dwarf. I'm not so sure, but we're definitely from different parts. Of course, I've been brought up in the city as well, haven't I? As you know,
Mountain dwarfs? I thought all dwarfs live in a mountain.
Oh, there's mountains, there's hills. It's all a perspective thing, isn't it?
Hi.
One man's mountains, another man's hill.
Makes sense. Thanks for that insight. I'ma go sleep now, unless there's anything else.
Nothing from me, fella. You just get yourself sorted. We need you tomorrow.
Alright, sleep well, fella.
Aye.
And just collapses on bed. Alright.
If I can just jump in as well a little bit.
Of course.
So while he was scared and hiding under the table, Calder was sort of looking around everyone's legs to see if there's any scraps of material that are like sort of hanging off their trousers or like easily stolen, easily accessible little bits of fabric.
Yes, there is. I mean, there is, the wind lashing and everything, it tends to cut up people's clothing. So, yes, I'm going to say the most obvious one. I'm going to roll a d4. And it will be, well, it won't be colder. Hanul, the drunk one, has some scraps of leather off of hanging off his clothes. Do you want to try and cut it off and steal it effectively?
Gonna try and, if I can, this is totally up to you, obviously, but if I can I use the mending cantrip to sort of unstitch it from like the last little bit and just take it?
Sure. I mean, you can reverse mend it. I don't see a problem with that. But yeah, you can use the mending to get it off as opposed to using scissors. But you'll do need to make me a sleight of hand check. But you can do it at advantage since Hanul is quite inebriated. So, sleight of hand at
Sleight of
advantage.
hand. Oh man, I forgot I'm not very good at that.
I did say at advantage. So roll again. 9. Let's see.
Passive
Cold.
perception of 15.
Yeah, you do notice a slight tug on your pants, I mean, the player knows what's happening. So what does Fanul do?
I look at the table. I look you dead in the eye. What the fuck are you doing, Hold One? You want to give me some head or what?
Sorry.
What the fuck are you doing?
Sorry.
Get your hands
sorry.
off me.
Sorry. And Kohler just kind of backs away to the other side of the table.
Where were we? Another mug.
Okay. Does anybody else
On
want
that
to?
a little bit, just sorry to wreck on that bit. I just wanted to get that in while I was down there.
No, I did fast forward it. So does anybody else have anything want to do in the evening or around the table or in the morning? Now's the time. Oh, okay. So it sounds...
Thoradin will.
Yeah, sorry. What's Thoradin doing?
No, I was just going to say, Thoradin's just going to find out about any temples. That's all. He's looking to find out what gods are in the town.
The most obvious one you find about is this one. What map are you on? Make sure. Yeah, this one here, the House of the Morning Lord. So you make some inquiries about that. And the House of the Morning Lord is it serves as a gathering place for worshippers of Amanator, that one there, which is a god of the sun.
Okay.
Now, the priestess there describes her as Armator, the Morning Lord, but a name some of the Southerners used to describe her is Lathander, god of dawn and rebirth. So depending where you're from, it could be Lathander, it could be Amanator. And by all sounds, it sounds like people talk nicely of it, like they say they help people when other people don't. That's what you find about the House of the Morning Lord. And it's not surprising to see a god of the sun maybe gaining some popularity here as people are damn cold all the time.
No, that's great. So I think Thoradin's just going to store that one for possibly a visit next time round.
Okay.
So, thank you.
So we fast forward to morning then, and as I said, always feel free to jump in. I'm going to pass.
May I just do something really quickly?
Of course.
Before we skip a day. Grimmick will keep it mostly to himself, but at one point you look over and he's gone. When he would like to go around town, perhaps look for a quest board, advertisements, or if you can't find one, just listen into rumors around the folk in town.
Sure, make me an
Basically
investigation
leads
check.
you could.
You do find out something. I'm going to whisper it to you. You can do what you like with that information.
All right. Cheers.
And actually, roll me a d10 while you're at it, Grimmick. 7. Okay. So this is what you find out by talking to people, and this is the information they tell you. Okay, so with that, we'll pick up in the morning. Anul, I imagine, stumbles down the stairs, a little bit hungover. Probably everybody's a little bit hungover, except for Calder. But you find a table. The inn is not nearly as busy as it was last night. Seems almost like people were celebrating not being picked. So, the morning is yours.
Breakfast and go. I'd suggest.
Yeah, the breakfast is on me.
Well, thank you for that, dwarf friend. I'll call it even.
Who are you calling a dwarf, man? Are you blind? Do you lost your both eyes?
Yeah, that was your SMR friend.
Wait, wasn't it like... Oh, sorry, I thought it was Grimlock talking.
Oh, that was
Or
Malik.
he's a dwarf. Sorry, my bad.
That's right. Takes a little bit to get used to. I actually played a game about a year ago like this, and there were two brothers, but worse than that, they were twins, and they sounded
Oh, for fuck's
exactly the
sake.
same. Exactly the same, so that was hard. So what do you guys do?
He's just going to eat a little breakfast. He's not going to eat a lot, and he's going to pass the rest to Malik.
I say to Calder, hey, gonna eat, man. It's a hard place to be. You need strength. Finish it up.
Grimmick will just burp really loudly. Look at all of you now. Shall we go then?
Yeah, let's do it.
Hey, let's go.
Okay, so you all get up and leave the relative warmth of the Northlock Inn, and you head out into the streets of Brinshander. Things are... Just assume that things are always dark and always cold. It's just varying degrees. It's either bad weather, terrible weather, or deadly weather. A variation on those things. But you leave the relative confines of Brinshander and start heading pretty much north through the snow, led by Hanul. So, how are you leading this, Hanul? Oh, he's be right back.
He said he'll be right back. Yeah.
Okay. As you head out across the ice plains and snowbanks, and while it was relatively nice as you left Brinshander, I mean, things just get straight away. The skies open up, lightning crackles across the sky, and the blizzard starts coming. Not a blizzard, but really bad snow comes in, and you kind of tuck yourselves up in your furs. Only your eyes are really visible. Everything else is kept back, because you've seen the effects of frostbite time and time again. But you head north, and Let's just get
You're
you
walking.
walking. Yeah, you got your
while we're
snowshoes.
walk-
Yeah, just say you got your snowshoes on that the dwarves gave you, which is, spreads out the surface area of your foot, so you're not slipping through snow as much as you maybe would normally. But yeah, you start heading northwards.
As we're heading out, you notice that, and anyone who's close enough to him will notice that Calder is like looking around a lot. He's like, every crack of thunder, he kind of flinches and moves a little closer to the middle of everyone, and he's like looking around constantly.
Speaking of that, why don't we do a marching order here? We'll just do it on this screen here. So I think Hanul was leading since he said he was a tracker, so he's at the front up here. So maybe just position yourself. I mean, you're heading in a northerly direction like that. So, yeah, marching order. Alec and Thoradin. There we go. Perfect.
I'll race you.
So you're
Alec, if you want to go in front, I'll go towards the back of you, right?
Calder would certainly be happier about that.
Okay,
How's that?
good. Is
Good,
Hanul
Nick,
in
are
the
you
back?
okay with that?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'll
Okay.
be I'll be a bit further behind, but if someone else is tagging along with me behind, that's all right.
Okay. I'm gonna
Thoradin
make-
at the back, sorry, you were asking.
And I'll just get Hanul to make a survival check. He's away from the keyboard at the moment. Let's see. Not bad. Bloody roll. Oh, not a good roll. So, you're spending several hours in this snow. You see Hanul go back and forth, losing the directions that the dwarves gave him and kind of backtracking a bit. Despite his talk of being a good tracker, he's kind of not doing a great job of it. And with this delay, with him not really knowing what's going on, the weather turns. And it turns for the worst. And you see it coming. You know you're not going to be outrun it. But the weather gets decidedly worse. And the storm turns into a blizzard. The winds get even stronger. The snow gets heavier. Hail starts pounding your face. You know, even with your warm weather gear and everything you have prepared, this is not what you prepared for. And you know that if you just stay out here in the open, you're surely going to die. What do you do?
Grimmick will just shout so everyone hears. We need to bunker down! Need to find some place close, sheltered and bunker down.
There's-
Can you see something like a cover, a cave or something?
Well, if you like, you can make a survival check. I think we have... Hanul, are you back with us?
Yes, I am. Sorry.
Yeah, I rolled for you for a survival check, and I rolled a natural 2 for a 7, so...
Nice.
So
Like
you're
one
wandering
natural.
around, looking for the trail, got lost a couple of times, and while you got lost, a horrible blizzard kicked in. Grimlock has...
If we're traveling, we can't become lost except by magical means, it says in Natural Explorer.
Ah, well, I didn't know that.
But I suppose we will take a little bit longer.
So let's just say you take a little bit longer, but to say you're lost is not. Maybe some creatures you didn't want to deal with got in the way, but I'll keep that in mind. Okay, but regardless, this blizzard has kicked in. Grimmick suggested finding a cave. So why don't we have Grimmick roll a survival check, and I'll say it with advantage since everybody is helping out to try to find these things. You do stumble through the snow. Are you guys sticking close together?
Certainly.
Yeah, I think we should be within sort of touching distance of each other, or maybe our hands on shoulders as we walk along, heads down, or heads
Hands
looking
on.
around.
Yeah, hands on shoulders is a good idea, because like Thoradin has his hands on the shoulder of Grimmick. You can barely see Grimmick. It's hard to see him. You do find a cave of sorts. It's not quite enough for all of you, though. You try piling in, and Calder, being the skinny tiefling, has managed to tuck himself in a corner, and everybody else kind of piles in, giving you some shelter from the storm. You don't know how long it's going to last, but I'm going to have everybody make me a Constitution saving throw. Constitution saving throw. Okay. Okay. Grimmick, nice. So Grimmick, I'm imagining you're at the front of the cave and you're almost blocking it off with your back, very staunch and protecting some people. But Grimmick and Calder, the cold starts really getting to you. Your teeth starts chattering and you can't control yourself. You're cold. There is body warmth surrounded by your companions, but man, that's just really getting to you. So much so that both Calder and Grimmick need to take a point of exhaustion.
Grimmick with a net 20?
Oh, sorry. No, Grim. Oh, that's survival. Sorry, I was looking at your survival. Yes, I apologize. I thought your 3 was your Constitution saving throw, so just Calder. I apologize, I was looking at your survivor. So Calder, take a point of exhaustion.
Do you know where I can put that on the character sheet?
Yes, I can.
Or do I?
I will just bring that up for you. There is a thing on it. Yes, there we go. On. So, yeah, just below where it says your hit dice, you can just set that exhaustion level to 1. Do you see where it is?
Yep.
And it also
Thank
shows you the appropriate effect on it. And something just seems slightly odd with your token here. Sorry, just a sec. I still have your armor class set to acrobatics bonus. So there you go. Armor class 11 is a lot better. Yeah, so Calder, maybe it's your slight frame, or maybe you're just too scared of this blizzard that's howling outside, but you tuck in and so cold, you suffer that point of exhaustion. Gotta make a roll here. So you hunker down, and for an hour passes by, and still this coldness goes through, and Calder continues to shake, looking very unhealthy. A second hour goes by, and still this blizzard carries on. A third hour goes by, still the blizzard rages outside. What are you guys doing?
Is this... can I maybe roll a perception check to see if this blizzard is natural or it's magical?
Yes, but I'm going to give it that as a survival check. Make a survival check to check that one.
Okay. Survival.
So you poke your head outside. What you do see is lots and lots of snow. It is a dangerous amount. Is it magical? Is it the work of Aurelia specifically? Or is it just basic shit? You don't know. You don't know.
Okay.
A fourth hour goes by. Is anybody doing anything different?
Yeah, Thoradin will.
What's
Yeah, I
Thoradin?
think you should start a campfire or something.
There's no room in here for a campfire, unfortunately, unless you want to throw one of your companions on the fire. As I said, it's cramped at the best. Probably if Calder wasn't quite so skinny, you probably wouldn't fit in here. Someone would be out the back. No room for a fire. If you have other ideas, but definitely no room for a fire.
So Thoradin's going to see whether this might happen to have a doorway somehow, a hidden doorway. Could be an entranceway to the underground kind of living area that Harun was talking about. So,
okay, sure.
Yeah, good point.
Make an investigation check, but at disadvantage because you're really poking around everybody else.
Sure.
Nothing.
There you go.
Nothing. You did notice some animal kind of waste in here. Beggars can't be choosers. Yeah, and it's very uncomfortable. You've got rocks in the middle of your back. Calder is shaking uncontrollably.
Calder take out his bedroll and roll himself up in it.
Like a little burrito almost.
like a burrito. Or...
I'm going to light a torch.
Okay, you can light a torch, yep. You kind of have to hold it at an awkward angle. It provides very little warmth, but at least you can see a little bit better.
Yeah.
And around the cave, it's cold, it's cramped. There's some animal waste in here, a few old animal bones as well. And finally, after the 5th hour, the blizzard fades, and the weather is merely bad. So the lightning storms go down here, the winds die down, and things are good. Thanks to, I think we said, the strong back of Grimmick, keeping the things at bay. You kind of put your feet against the cave and push back because there's a big, huge snowdrift that is piled up outside of the cave. But as you push your way out, and you gather your clothes that have kept you alive, and once again you find yourselves along the plains of Icewind Dale.
All right, may I do another survival check?
You may.
Maybe find the track this time.
So I think given your background as a ranger, you do pick up the trail relatively easier. And you start your search for the sled. After a while, when you crest, leading by Hanul, when you crest a snow-covered ridge, and you see a frozen, dismembered corpse in the gully in front of you. Snow covers most of the gory bits, but the headless torso and severed limbs are visible. Interestingly, despite the blizzard, you can see tracks in the snow all around the corpse, and the telltale grooves in the snow left behind by a sled that has apparently been hauled away.
The sled is not there anymore. Okay.
Nope. But there is a dismembered body of a dismembered corpse.
Is it a dwarf?
Which direction was it taken away?
North.
Can I do a perception check to look around and see if there are any humanoids around?
Sure.
Took the sled, so?
Yep. Make a perception check, and no, you don't see anybody else. No humans, no dwarves, no halflings, nothing.
Is this corpse of the dwarf that died?
Well,
from the other group?
Yeah, you get up and have a close look at it, and from the description from Hrun, she said the dwarf was dismembered, and this is a dismembered dwarf. So to be very surprised that this is not Ubok, she said her name was. Yeah, the severed limbs are everywhere, and a headless torso. And you look around, and it's obvious that his head is not there.
Mm.
But it's very obviously a dwarf.
can I take a finger, so just to give to his friends, so they can at least bury the finger or something like that?
Sure, easy enough to cut off a finger. You may add to your inventory a dwarf finger.
Okay.
That is a weird trophy to take. You didn't even kill this one.
No, it's not a trophy. It's just some people like to
Bury fingers?
like like to
I
offer.
like your sense of humor, Malik.
Yeah, like to have a proper burial for their friends. So I don't know if they care about him. Maybe they'll find it useful.
Do what you will. My job is to find things, and it seems like we find that spot where they got ambushed by that Yeti. You see these tracks? They lead north. Whatever it was, something took the sleigh. We should get it back for our reward. So Michael, the Natural Explorer states, I just realized the last thing, while tracking other creatures, you also learn the exact number, size, how long ago they passed through the area. You mentioned there were still tracks around, so they are pretty fresh, right? How long ago was that?
Okay, so I'll tell you, it's within half an hour, so relatively recently. You gather there are 6 creatures. And I'm saying, even though these creatures are wearing snowshoes, because Hanul is such an expert tracker and pick up things that other people don't even notice, you know that the 6 creatures are... I don't know, who says no? Tracking other creatures, you learn their exact number. I thought it said type of creatures. So you know there are 6 creatures.
But size like probably dwarf, yeti, something like that.
Put it this way, tiny size. So it could be a halfling, could be a goblin, could be, but definitely a shorter creature.
Yeah, I see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Bolts.
Quick, fellow mates. This is half an hour ago at maximum. We're close. Follow me. I'll lead the way. And I suppose we're gonna hunt them down.
Okay, so you'll follow Hanul as he darts ahead, saying they're about half an hour away. And in about half an hour, the creatures you've been following appear to be goblins, based on their stature. All 6 of them groan, grunt, and curse loudly as they haul the bulky sled towards what appears to be a 20-foot tall wagon parked in the snow. Harnessed to this conveyance are 2 roaring polar bears, and they don't look happy.
Hush! We're close. Their legs are short. We should be able to get in front of them if we wish to. They also have that sleigh, that heavy sleigh. I say we stealth, at least try to.
Do we have the vision from the goblins? Are we seeing the goblins?
Yes, you do see the goblins. I'll share the map in just a second, but this is what's it's stationary in front of you. Just a cool piece of art. So the goblins, there's a bunch of goblins dragging the sled with the ingots towards this thing. And I said there's 2 polar bears up front, and they don't look happy. Get you to the map in just a sec.
So I would like to kind of go stealthily and walk around them. If I go alone, I should be able to move at a normal speed.
Okay, so I'm going to say just, you're not really here. I assume everybody can see the map?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you're 120 feet behind the goblins when we start this. And there's, should be, about 120 feet between the sled and this goblin cart thing. This is stationary, and these guys are dragging it very, very slowly. Okay, so Hanul, you wanted to sneak up, get a closer look?
Yes, please.
Is anybody joining Hanul?
I am joining Hanu.
So Hanul and Malik. Okay, so both you make me a stealth check. Ooh.
Oh, God.
Juicy.
I forgot about that part.
Before they go, Grimmock goes to the one that looks the sneakiest, probably the ranger. So, do you mind if I go in your pocket?
I have disadvantage. Okay.
In my pocket. Start talking sense, dwarf.
You'll understand it in a while. Do you mind if I go in your pocket?
No, I don't. What do you want to do?
Then please hold this and put it in your pocket. And he hands you over a ring. It's a golden ring with a silver dragon bordered on one of the edges of, like, on the top of the ring. And he hands it over. You take care of this like it's your mother, okay? And
My mother's dead, but I will sure take care of it. Better than of her. And I stow it away.
And Grimmock then, I'll see you soon. And he snaps his fingers, and you see him turn to dust, and the dust goes inside your pocket.
Okay, that's fucking funny. I like it.
Do like it. Okay, so
Ooh.
interesting. Very cool. Okay, so we had Hanul. Where's Hanul gone? There he is. I'm gonna put you over there. This is where you snuck up to. And who was going with you? It was Thorin?
It was me, Malik.
Oh, it's Malik. Okay. So are you going with Hanul, or are you gonna hang out on the other side?
Yeah, if I have a choice, I would say that because I completely forgot that I had disadvantage on stuff. I forgot about that, but yeah, I said that I was with him, so yeah, let's say that I'm with him.
So let's say you're both up here. Whoops. Under the large spell. There you go. And we'll put Grimmock up here as well, since you're kind of in a pocket. What's Thoradin and our tiefling friend doing? Calder.
I think Thoradin's going to get his crossbow out, get a bolt ready in place, and just take cover behind the tree, or is it a bush? I'm not sure.
This one here?
That one, yes, thanks.
Okay. So that's gonna.
So I'm just going to cover the goblins. That's what my focus.
So you're about 40 feet away from them. If you like, you could go back further. I mean, you have 120 feet to play with. And we're just limited by the map. I just don't want to limit you by this map. You can go back even further if you want.
I'm going to use stealth to go up to that point there, so I've got some cover.
Okay. So make me a stealth check.
Sorry.
That Calder's he's gonna stick with Malik. He's gonna be behind him, 30 feet behind Malik, trying not to ruin their chances at stealth, but staying within within walking distance.
So how about there, just tucked in behind that bush?
Yeah, that seems good. Holy, whoa!
Thoradin.
Natural 20, nice.
Yeah, sorry, Thoradin. You stealth so well that you vanish from the campaign. Can you roll us up a new character? You stealth into an interdimensional space and can't get out. The other two, however. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. What armor are you wearing, Thoradin?
Scale.
Does scale impose disadvantage?
Disadvantage.
No, definitely not. I'm not looking at that roll.
Does scale impose disadvantage, though?
I personally don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look it up. Good old player's handbook. Armor. So scale mail, you said?
Yeah, it's
Scale
disadvantage.
mail
Yeah.
does, yeah. So that natural 20 turns into a 2. So let's
Yeah,
summarize the
that's-
stealth check.
Sorry,
guys.
7, 3, 2. I wouldn't have whoever. Calder, you're sneaking up there as well. Everybody except Grimmick has to make one. Because Grimmick's literally in a pocket. Calder.
Sorry, I was okay. Yeah. Stealth. Shoop.
Oh. So, you slowly creep up. Malik. Oh, Malik, you're.
Yeah.
Malik, you step on a twig, and Hano says, "Holy crap! What are you doing?" And he gives away his. Oh, what did you roll? Your stealth was 7. He says, "What are you doing?" Not used to cussing other. And Thoradin says, "Oh, you stupid bastards!" And all the goblins instantly look around and says, "Ah, we're under attack! We're under attack!" That was terrible, guys. So immediately the goblins start going. Everybody is going to act at the same turn, except Calder, and I guess Malik's a bit tricky. Malik, make me a perception check.
Okay.
If you roll over 10, I'll let you have a surprise round as well. Because you're in a kind of a funny position there. Okay.
Goblin. I love the goblin sounds.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody roll into initiative. But only Calder and... sorry, who's in the pocket? Oh no, Grimmick. Sorry, no, take that back. Grimmick might get a chance to act. So that was Grimmick. Grimmick, can you make me a perception check? Since you're in a pocket.
Yeah, whilst inside the pocket I can still hear, right?
Yep. So I'm going to see whether you notice that these... Oh, you're fine. Oh, no, there was initiative. Grimmick perception, yep. So Grimmick and Calder can act on this round. Everybody else cannot. Okay, now a couple of things with initiative. You've got to click on your token first. Okay? If you do forget to click on your token, like Grimmick did, what I can do is I can just add you to the turn order like that. Oh, or you can roll again. And notice where it says 20, Grimmick. Notice where it says 20, you can click on that and change it to an 11. So you can manually change your initiative order.
But that
There
was my perception.
Oh, sorry. Oh, Grimmick, you're good. Oh, sorry.
Also, quick question, Malcolm. That's an API, that button, right? Because I
Yes.
think we enabled the advantage on initiative roll, but if I hover over it, apparently it didn't roll advantage.
Oh, that's for no. Okay. Let's not have.
So that's from the Natural Explorer as well. So I believe if I click here, it doesn't do it. No, here it does it, right?
Yeah, on that latest roll you did. See, it says 18 and a
Yeah,
19.
yeah. So it doesn't work for the API. Just saying.
Oh, doesn't
It's
it?
interesting.
Let me just try one more time.
Only rolled once. Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, you might just have to roll yours manually. I don't know why that is.
Yeah, no problem. Just good to know. Then we take the 22 if that's all right for you.
Sure. That's Hanold. So we're missing Calder. So Calder, click on your token again.
No, Calder's in there.
Oh, Calder's in there. Who's not in there?
Forward and Malik
Okay.
are still listen.
Okay, so Malik, click on your token again.
Mm-hmm.
And then click on the word in it in the top left of the screen there. There you go.
Wow, I hold two net 20s.
Sweet.
Okay.
And who is the last one? Thoradin.
Yeah, forward and had on that 20 as well, but didn't use the API. So
Okay.
just click it real quick and then edit it to a 20,
Yep, that'll work.
Simon.
Sorry, what did you need me to do?
So click on your token, Thoradin. Then
Yep.
in the top left of the screen, you'll see the word in it appear. Click on that.
Yeah, got it.
But now,
we go.
since you rolled a natural 20, or your initiative, see where it says yeah, there you go. Wow, good initiative rolls. Okay.
Yeah, now we start to roll.
I have a button that allows me to do this. Oh, actually,
Just thought.
yeah.
I just thought, Malcolm. Actually, Calder's he's still exhausted, right?
True disadvantage for that.
Disadvantage on ability checks. Yeah, roll
I think
again.
initiatives. Yeah.
And also we could tick the tiebreaker for the other guys. So for Grimog, Malik, and Fordine, if you just head to your character sheet.
Oh,
And
I should have kept my mouth shut.
Go to the setting, to the gear, pretty much. Pretty much in the middle, under attribute options, you can tick the add dex tiebreaker to initiative.
I can
It's
do
just
that for you.
0. Yeah, works as well.
Where's the tiebreaker?
For future rolls. I think it doesn't change much though. Because they all have 0. Yeah. Okay.
I think that's already on there.
Is it? Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, but they have
Let's
0.
display decimals then. Okay.
So we'll just do it in the order that it shows. I don't know which way it would go, but we'll just do it in the order that is there. Okay, so let's order this initiative. So, Hanul, you were surprised, weren't you? Since your stealth was so terrible, you don't get to go because the goblins notice you first.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you're just flat-footed effectively. This goblin right here. By the way, just as a handy hint, if you don't know which white goblin is having its turn at the moment, if you hover over the word goblin in the turn order, you will see kind of highlight in a yellow box. But regardless, this goblin down here, here's the noise. My goblin sheet up. I said, go on to attack! On to attack! And immediately kind of lets go of pushing the sled along, brings out his short bow. What's the short bow range? 80 feet. 80 feet should be fine.
Yeah, like 50 feet away, that's fine.
50 feet, okay, great. Sees Hanul stepping on the thing, being very unrange-like, pulls back his crossbow, shoots it, choo! And for the first roll from the DM for the time, it's a natural 1.
Sweet.
So, the goblin shoots.
Himself, in the head, and dies.
Doesn't, no, not quite that bad. But what the goblin does do is he pulls right back, but he pulls too far, and he grabs his shoulder. Does get a saving throw. He seems to have pulled something in his shoulder. All future attacks from this goblin is going to be at disadvantage. He screwed that up big time.
Just a quick point of order, DM, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
You said that Calder was going to get a surprise round.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to do that now, or did my low initiative roll?
Oh,
Should I cancel that?
You're right. No, it's fine. I'll say that goblin did that anyway.
If you're not going to do that, it's fine.
No, it's fine. I should have done it. So it was Calder. Who was the other unsurprised one? Grimmick. So we'll go down to Grimmick. Grimmick gets a turn.
Alright, so I'm in a ring, so as a bonus action, dust is going to come out of your pocket, and Grimmick, the happy dwarf, is going to appear here again. And as an action, he's going to lift his hands in front of him, and the soil beneath the snow is going to start lifting up, creating like a big rock, and he's going to hurl the rock towards the closest goblin. Let's say this one.
Nice.
Your character is cool as fuck.
Missing, I think.
Yeah. And all these type of stuff, like what Scrimmix did, that is purely, thematic, it's perfectly fine. I love it that the Eldritch Blast is a snowball, in this case. Unfortunately,
that's
there's
nice.
big bags of snow, you don't even get close. It bounces off the snowbank. It doesn't even get close to them, not with an 8. And
It
now,
stinks in your pocket. Put me off. And is gonna step a bit further back.
Sure. And Calder, you are indeed up.
He's gonna step just over. He's gonna try and sort of see over these rocks, and he's. Let me see if I can fire. Yeah, it's within 60 feet. So you're gonna see sort of shadows forming around his hand, and he's gonna like blanch away in fear from his own magic, and then just kind of close one eye.
You got some kids there, Malik?
Sorry, let me.
You did.
Yeah.
So he's gonna close one eye, looking really scared, and he's just gonna fire this bolt of shadow towards Goblin.
Goblin, okay.
Yep, this guy right here.
Okay. Fire away. Ooh.
Oh, it's not great. And he's gonna run back away.
I'm gonna say you're so scared that you, with your eyes closed, you shoot, and it narrowly, it goes near enough to Thoradin to give him a type of, cinch his beard just slightly, way off. Okay, so that's the end of the people who were successfully stealth. I will still get the goblin to do what he will do, but Hanul, what do you do?
Is this like my first turn in combat now?
Yep, it is.
First turn. The rest was surprise. Okay.
Yeah, effectively. Yep. So you're
natural explorer will still trigger, I presume. Did I get advantage against creatures who have moved? All right. I'm gonna draw my crossbow. Move forward. Move closer. Let's see. Yeah, like 30 feet. Pretty athletic and kind of ignoring difficult terrain, so I'm just gonna hunch into these stones, lean against one, aim, and shoot my crossbow at this goblin. Pretty close.
Duck down behind the snowbank, shoot, doof. What's the 2? The 2 is...
From my favorite enemy, I hate humanoids. I'm a tracker. I'm a hunter. A bounty hunter.
Okay, and which goblin was it, sorry?
This one.
This one. So the guy looks up and it sees you appearing. So, you can't hide from me! You can't hide from me! Shoot him right in the throat and he collapses down. So slow clap for Hanul. First kill of the campaign. Well done.
First kill. Nice.
Then I'm gonna stow my crossbow and ready my 2 scimitars. Come at me, little ones.
Okay, so that goblin took the shot, rolled a natural 1. Oh, I'm pointing at the screen. I know I'm pointing at the screen. This one here. And you hear... You hear... Does anyone speak Goblin?
No, I don't.
Okay, so you hear from up north here something, this creature on top of the thing saying, you don't know what that is, but, oops, sorry, 1 second.
Did we hear that from the other big cart with the polar bears?
Yes, you did. This creature on top of it.
It.
And... Sorry, yep, so the creature on top of it was shouting it. And you hear these things. No one has a clue what they're saying. Thoradin, feeling rather stupid that you stood on that twig. You do have line of sights on these things. What do you do?
I do. Did you say so? Yeah.
Yeah, what do you do? Thoradin, you're up.
Okay, so Thoradin's going to drop down to one knee to stabilise himself with his crossbow. He's going to sight down it and take aim at this one here.
Okay.
and loose a bolt. Right there with me.
And
Here we go. Finally.
18 is against this one here.
The bottom right one, yeah.
Yep, this one. Okay. So excellent. Roll damage. If you remember, click on the word light crossbow. There you go. Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at that. It was also impressive.
But it clips him in the ear, and he's now down one ear. But he's still very much alive. Malik, you see Hanul go. Thoradin take out an ear. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with the accuracy of Thoradin to be able to take only one half of the goblin. So I think I'm gonna go here down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here besides Hanuel. I think I'm gonna try to throw a hand axe with disadvantage because it's more than 20 feet. So
Yep.
I'm going to try to throw a hand axe on this goblin
Okay.
here.
Sure.
Let me-
That's a disadvantage. Throws a hand axe.
That's-
Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
So the
Oh.
first row,
Yep.
and then the second row.
12. Oops, wrong button. 12 will not hit. Bounces off the goblin's leathery armor. It just grins and turns its eyes towards you, Thoradin. Malik. Grimmick recently appeared out of the pocket. What do you got?
Well, with his left hand, he's gonna the snow that hit the stones. He's gonna, with his left hand, lift it up, and he's gonna envelop this goblin. And he's gonna say, "This time it's gonna work." So I cast Hex on him, giving him disadvantage on. Sorry, I don't do the damage.
Yep.
On dexterity.
Which one?
And with dexterity,
Yeah, which goblin?
the same one. So the one.
Oh, sure,
here.
sure. So I put a little.
And with my
hex
right
symbol on it.
hand, I create another rock and I swing it towards him. And it goes right between Malik and I can't see the name of the other guy. The Genasi.
Hanu.
Hanuel.
So, whoosh. And the Eldritch Blast goes off, rips between Malik's and Hanul's head. Get a little bit of snow. Fortunately, it hits the goblin, but he ducks down and it bounces off its leather armor. No damage done. The goblin's completely outraged by all of this. This one is going to not do anything because it's dead. This Hex one is going to take its chances and come up, climb over the top of this stuff. I'm going to give him an athletics check to see if he can do that without looking like an idiot. But some might argue he looks like an idiot anyway. So dexterity check. 19. No problem. So he comes up and says, "You leave this to us, it's ours." And it's going to swing down with its scimitar. Whoosh, rolling an 11, so it bounces off your armor, no damage done. It's going to take a bonus action. Take the disengage action. Let me just work out how far he gets with that. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just takes a step back there, is as much as he can do. But he does disengage from you. The next goblin is going to come, is going to duck down behind the cart. So I'm going to give him some cover for that. And he's going to take his short bow out and try and go for Hanul. What was it about? Hey, what was it, 23? So, shoots Hanul in the side for 3 piercing damage. Goes deep into your shoulder. The next goblin, feeling buoyed by his friend's thing, does a similar thing. He ducks beneath the cart, giving him some cover. He says, "Let's take out that one first." In common, for some reason. And it takes a short bow again at Hanul once again. This time just rolling a 13. So you
Just
just manages to dodge out the way.
Matrix dodging.
This goblin is also going to duck behind the cart. And it is going to shoot. Will be slightly nice. 1 to 3, it's going for Malik. Goes for Malik. So takes out his crossbow, shoots it at Malik. It was a 12, so it bounces off your scale armor. And let me just check something. I didn't roll these goblins in up the top. So I'm just going to roll them in now. And I'm going to say during their turn, this one ducks down behind here. And this one starts charging down towards it. The goblin boss stays where they are. So let me just reorder, but it'll be your turn, Calder.
So, seeing my the guy who saved my life getting shot with arrows, I'm gonna run out and crawl up on top of these rocks again, and I'm gonna aim for this guy right here and cast Ice Knife.
Oh, nice.
Oh, and I'm also, before I do that, I'm gonna lay down on the rocks and just sort of aim my hand and just kind of there's just going to be this icy knife just appear in my hand, and then it's just going to shoot all by itself just straight at this goblin.
It's almost sniper style.
Yes, exactly.
Excellent. So Ice Knife. This guy here does have +2 to his AC, but it's 17 adjusted does hit. So first of all, he needs to make a dex save. So let's have him make a dex save. He rolls a 15, so he makes his dex save. So what does that mean? He takes the 2 piercing?
Yeah, the guy next to him has to do a dex save as well.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll do the guy next to him a dex save. So the one with the shield on it rolled a 15, the other one rolled a 7. Okay, so make a ranged spell attack. So the 17 hits him. On a hit, the target takes 1d10 piercing. Yep, so this one takes 2 piercing with the shield. So -2 to them. Hit or miss, the shard then explodes, and each creature see the dexterity save throw. Okay, so the goblin that you hit first fails on the dexterity saving throw, so he's dead. He goes down. And the other one, he did make his dexterity saving throw, so he takes 4 damage. Hurt but not injured. Ice Knife is an excellent spell. So Calder, Ice Bolt shoots, hit this goblins in the heart. He thinks, I'm going to survive, I'm going to explode, but then it explodes and he dies and the other one takes a lot of damage. Nice round, Calder. Well done. Hanul. Amazing. Hanul.
Yeah, he's gonna stay there prone, by the way.
Okay. Since you're prone down there, I'll give you some cover. Actually, we'll just make you prone. There we go. Hanul.
Alrighty. I've readied my scimitars already, both drawn. I'm gonna spin my blades and start blade running pretty much. I'm gonna move over and try to hit this guy with one of my main hand scimitar. Let's see, roll. There we go.
Oh! Oh my goodness.
I'm just gonna cut his head clean off while running, kind of wall running across them boulders. Then gonna do a front flip, 3-point landing, and keep going towards this. Get out of here if you don't want to die. You're outmatched by far. And I think how many feet movement do I still got left? 10. Still can move here, right? Should be able to.
Sure.
1 square. And then attack the other goblin.
Okay.
Yeah, with my offhand. Second strike. Let's see.
That
3
does
points
it.
of damage.
Not nearly
Just got it.
as-
Like cut him. Give him a little cut across the cheek. Like I could have killed you, but I didn't. And look
Nice.
at that in the eye. That's
Okay.
it.
Excellent. So this goblin, feeling for his shoulder, he's going to... Once again, he's going to back off a little bit. In fact, he's going to try and shoot you first, Hanul.
Do I get cover as well? From Slay?
I'll give you 2.
Alright.
Where's my goblin gone? Come here, goblin. Okay, so short bow. Shoot! That was a natural 20.
Nice.
Oh, and it dives deep into your chest, and you grab it. The blood's just spurting out, and you fall to the ground, unconscious.
How much damage?
11.
Oh, sweet. Alright. I'm at 0 hit points. I see the arrow, I still kind of break it and then just collapse on my back.
Mm-hmm. Now, you hear screaming from here once again, from the seemingly the leader of these things. You don't know what it says. Grimmick, you see your newly acquainted companion Hanul take an arrow right to the chest. He is bleeding profusely. The snow beneath him starts to stain a deep crimson red. What do you do?
As a bonus action, I move the blood-soaked snow from this goblin to the one closest to Hanul.
Nice.
As I can shift my hex, and I hurl another cannon.
Nice.
Please hit. Damn it, not working.
Oh yes, goes wide again. Just I like the bloody snowball thing, but it bounces harmlessly over here. No damage done. Do you stay where you are? Do you move?
I'll stay where I am. Sorry guys, just missing.
Malik.
Sorry guys.
That's right.
Okay. Let me see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna help Hanwell. Can I move? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think I don't have much. I think I am gonna move here.
Okay.
And grab my hand axe that was here.
Sure.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try to shoot my hand axe on this guy
Okay.
here.
Okay, sure. Roll to attack.
Okay. Okay, hand axe.
Definitely within range, and 13. Unfortunately, the goblin ducks down just in time and it bounced harmlessly off the cart. No damage done.
Okay.
Is that your turn?
Yes.
Thoradin. You see Malik get close to Hanul, but Hanul is looking bad. He's down for the count, bleeding out. What does Thoradin do?
So seeing his friend go down like that, and with some trepidation, I guess, Thoradin looks at the goblin that fired the arrow, which was this one here, wasn't it?
I think it
Was it that one, or was it this one?
I think it was this one here.
Okay, thanks. So he just looks up and shouts, "You bastard!" And he's pointing at that particular goblin, and
Okay.
all people can see is his eyes seem to glaze over and go white.
Nice.
And then there's just a very, very onerous bell sound, which just fills the area.
Oh,
And he has just cast that.
There's a bong, and he gets a wisdom saving throw. And he's not damaged, but he does roll a 13, so he just makes it. So holds his head. No damage done. Stay where you are.
So I need to swap for my crossbow. So is that part of the action, or can I do that as a bonus, or how's that work?
You can swap it. You're not going to be able to fire it though, because Toll the Dead was an entire action.
Yeah. So I was just going to swap over and then charge in. That was all ready for the next turn.
Sure. So charge away.
Okay.
So the goblins, he's not feeling cocky because he's dead. Go away.
Have I got next? I've got next to the dead one there, haven't I?
Yep.
That's the one I was after. Sorry, there you go. I need to zoom in.
Okay, this goblin goes over the top of Hanul, stomps on his head, and then comes next to Malik and says, "You're gonna be next!" Swings a scimitar, rolls a 16, glances harmlessly off your armor. The next goblin is going to continue to die. This goblin, all the way up there, is going to come forward a little bit and is going to fire his short bow at Malik. I'm not sure of its disadvantage, but let's have a look. 80 feet. Probably not. Just within range. And he rolls a 20, so that does hit Malik. So while you're worried about Hanul, it does hit your short bow. 6 piercing damage. The goblins start cackling. They feel they have this. This is one is going to swing around the corner, see Thoradin, and say, "Lovely dwarfs!" Swings at you with its scimitar. Rolls a natural 1. Let's see what happens with his natural 1. And he swings so hard, so confident that his blade sticks deep into the snow and it's stuck. He's going to try and pull it out by making a strength check. But he does manage to pull it out. So all that happens is he misses with a natural 1, gets his sword stuck, pulls it out. No effective damage. This goblin here is going to take his short bow out. And who can he see? It's going to go for Malik again. With its short bow. Fuck! And did I click that right? It's being delayed for me. Oh, there we go. So, a 17. Oh, it just misses. You don't even see it coming, Malik, but it bounces off your armor and clatters to the ground. No damage done. Hold it. Things seem to be getting bad from words. Malik is injured. Hanul is down. What do you do from your crouched, prone position?
Mad that I'm seeing Malik getting set up on by these goblins. So, I'm gonna. I was trying to see if I could do Frostbite on the one over here, but I'm not close enough.
Okay.
To fire another Shadow Bolt. This time at the one that's attacking Malik.
Okay. It doesn't have cover anymore, so it's just a straight roll. Oh man, you guys are just missing. Yeah, goes harmlessly over his head. No damage done. This is looking grim, guys. Never had a TPK in the first session before.
No.
So squishy. So do you stay where you are, Calder? Do you stay prone down there?
He's too scared to do anything else.
You're staying there, Calder?
Yeah, he's too scared to do anything else.
Alright, fair enough. Hanul, you know what to do, my friend?
I definitely do. Don't go easy on me. If I die, I die. Just saying.
Yeah.
Goblins like to step down people. I'd
We
even take a failed death save for stomping on my head. I feel like that would be fair.
Well, that would
He
be an
kind of ran
action to do
over
that. It was just for the narrative. But
True,
if he
yeah,
did stamp you
mechanically
on the head, actually,
let's
that would
see.
be 2 failed death saving throws.
Way. Yeah, if you take the attack, just walking over me. All right, first fight.
First fail. Okay. All right. The goblin. Let's see my goblin sheet. Okay, so this goblin still grabbing his arm from the failed pulled hamstring that he did. He's just going to throw his scimitar at Thoradin, but it's going to be a disadvantage, which makes it out to an 11, which misses. So, shoulder. You hear more orders barked by the boss of the goblins back there. Don't know what's going on, don't know what he's saying, but he's definitely barking orders. Grimmick, you're up.
Cannonball.
Alright, nice.
Another rock. Hopefully this one will hit.
Oh, that does hit. Which one do you hit? This one?
The one with the hex.
The one, was that your hex?
Yep.
Oh,
So
that's-
wow, what is this? What is happening?
What is
Uh,
happening?
so he
guys.
takes
We're having a great first session, you guys.
Yes. it's
6
been great.
damage on him total.
So this rocky, snowy ball comes, it hits him square into the chest, and he grabs his chest, and you see dark blood coming from inside his leathers. You obviously crush something that does go down. 6 hit points is enough to take it down. Say where you are.
Bonus action, move the hex to this guy here.
Hamstrung one. Okay. Easy enough
I
to
won't
do.
even give flavor because now I'm salty.
And Malik.
Okay, I'm going to take over here next to this ledge. I'm going to touch Hanwell, and I'm going to do a prayer and cast lay on hands on him
Nice.
and recover. Let's see. Yeah, I can't do much level 1, so yeah, 3 hit points just to
Thank you kindly.
getting him up. So yeah.
So you see Malik just touch Hanu. You see the divine energy transferring between them. And Hanu
That hurt.
gets...
Thanks,
well, you're not
mate.
up. You're still prone on the ground, but you're not dead. But yeah. And Malik, so you take cover, so I'll give you some cover. In case it comes into play. And Thoradin.
So Thoradin is going to attack this one here.
Okay. No cover for him.
But what he's going to do, whilst that goblin's trying to pull his scimitar out of the snow, he's
Yep.
going to ram him, shield boss into his face, and knock him back away from his weapon.
Nice. Okay. I'll tell you what. Let's just make this as a free thing. Let's do an opposing strength check to see if you can... You're trying to get the weapon away from him, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So he rolls a 13 for his strength check. Let's see if you can do better than a 13.
Oh, it's a saving throw, sorry.
I'll let you roll it again. There we go. Yeah. So you try to get the weapon off him, but he grabs it back. So he has his weapon. And you're going to hit him, or what are you going to do?
I am indeed now going to strike him with my hammer. One-handed, there we go.
Ah, man. Too concentrating on trying to kick away the weapon, and you two miss. Fortunately, your war hammer doesn't get stuck, but the goblin says, you're next. He's going to be dead. This one is one of these ones over here. Take a short bow shot at Malik. Fuck! Rolls a 9. Bounces harmlessly off your armor. No damage done. The next goblin is right next to Thoradin. He says, you can't hit me for anything! Swings confidently with his scimitar, but bounces harmlessly off the side with a natural 6. Snow bounces up in your face. No damage done. This one over here is also going to take a short bow shot at Malik. See if you can bring it up. Bring down the spellcaster! He rolls a 22. For 5 points of damage. Oh, you're still up. Nice. Just. So 5 points of damage to Malik. And Calder, you see your old buddy Malik. He's on death's door. He's still standing, but he's not doing well. These goblins over here taking advantage of their distance and doing a number on him. What does Calder do?
He's gonna. He's just gonna be like, no! And stand up and run towards the goblins that keep shooting at my friend.
Very good.
Get to there, though, because I use half my movement to get up, right?
That's right. Okay. Let's remove these dead goblins. So who are you shooting, Calder?
So gonna. Yeah, because I can see two of them attacking our cleric, and I know that's the way to heal my friend back up. So I'm gonna take a shot at the one that's pulled his muscle.
Okay.
Oh, that was the wrong one. Sorry.
Okay. So, well,
Shadow bolt.
Wow.
Well played.
Nice.
That is nice. So your shadow bolt rockets across the scene, and yeah, this guy just catches on fire, runs around crazy, and he's dead. Hanu, back to life. You're up prone. I assume you stand
that
up.
hurt. Yes, and I want to do it acrobatically if that's possible.
Sure, make an acrobatics check for style. Yeah, it's
Bada bing,
okay.
bada boom. Yeah, I kind of pulled something there. Yeah, still in pain. So you tell me if that's possible. I have shield proficiency. I want to wield one of the goblin corpses as a shield.
Let's make that a strength check to see if you can pick up a goblin as a shield, because I like it.
Straight strength or athletics?
Athletics, if you've got athletics, yep.
13.
Okay, you have a shield that's a goblin, but it's only going to prefer 1 to your armor class, not 2.
Fair enough. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm gonna. I dropped both my scimitars as I went down. I just grabbed one of them and got their dead friend facing outwards, so face to face to the enemy goblins, and will start approaching them. Now you're gonna pay for it. You had your time to run, and I think I'm going to dash. Actually,
So you have 45 feet you can move then. So it's 15 feet to stand up, so 45.
5, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 feet. Alright, and that's my turn.
Okay, that goblin there is dead. What is happening up here? What on the road? So just pretend all this is still attached, and the goblin boss starts slowly pulling away, and his cart being led by the polar bears. They're just getting started. Now it doesn't look like they're attached up here, but just pretend they are. This one was dead. Yeah, that was a hamstrung one. Grimmick.
I'll do I'll do slightly different. I'll move here. Move the hex towards this guy here.
Yep.
And I cast Eldritch Blast on him.
Oh, at last you managed to connect. The genie's right, I like it.
And this.
Oh, well, with that and that and that, just destroy.
It just explodes. Just
Pretty
like
much. Yep. The red dust, red blood dust there. You know what I'm trying to say, red blood spray. Okay, nice, Grimmick. That's your movement, that's your action, and bonus. I assume that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Malik, you're looking rough. What do you do?
Okay, well, we have another goblin alive here, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
and there's
I
one
think I'm
behind you
going
as well.
to-
There's one back here too.
Yeah. I think I'm going to help Thoradin.
Okay.
I'm gonna move here. And maybe get him in the back.
Sure.
And yeah, and just attack him with my longsword.
Nice.
Let me roll. Longsword. Oh.
11.
Oh man.
Not quite good enough.
These
Just
little dexterous bastards.
Yeah, they dodge. Sees you coming in the background. Thoradin, though, you see the goblin dodging, and this is maybe your chance to hit it back. Since you're paying more attention in Malik, you swing, I assume?
Oops, sorry, that was two-handed. There we go. Yes, I do, absolutely.
And that does it. Roll damage.
Hurrah.
At last.
Four bludgeoning.
The warhammer hits him straight across the chest, and you hear some ribs crack, but the goblin says, "You'll have to do better than that." Stay where you are, Thoradin.
I've just thought of something, actually.
Okay.
Which is that I've just put in the chat.
Can I... Sure, you can make another attack. Yeah, absolutely.
Hurrah! This one go horribly
Forward and
wide.
go smash.
Yeah.
Thoradin does go smash, but yeah. What's your wisdom modifier, Thoradin, just out of interest?
Da-da-da. It is 3.
That's nice. So you can do that 3 times a day. You should have remembered that earlier, my friend.
Yeah, amazing, isn't it? Not a surprise. Session 1.
Okay, so the goblin between Thoradin and Malik is confused which way to go. So leave it to like 1 to 3, it's Thoradin. No, it's Malik. Turns around to the 1 hit point guy. Says, "You won't die!" And rolls an 18 for 7 slashing damage. Malik,
Yeah.
your
I'm
holy
down.
priest collapses down in the ground. And just because a goblin can, it spits into your corpse. And he turns his attention to Thoradin. You're next! Let's see the range for this goblin. It's too far. He's got to go for Hanul. This mad
Try
creature.
me, bitch. Try me.
Rolls a 12. Just whooshes, lands in the trees over there. It's a miss. Now, that could have been bad if Hanul also went down. Holder!
We've got this. We've got this. You're muted.
Yeah, you're muted there, Calder.
Sorry, guys. I was like chatting away.
A big monologue, all wasted.
Yeah. So seeing Malik get stabbed by this little bit of a goblin, Calder just sees red, and you see all of a sudden shadows just start swirling around him, and he doesn't even seem scared. Weirdly, he's just like, he's so mad. He's just so focused, and shadows start swirling around the goblin, and he casts Mind Sliver.
Ooh. So
It's
intelligence.
just so
saves.
so intelligence save of 14, but it's only 1 damage.
And he rolled a
What
14
is
for his
my
intelligence
rolls
saves.
today?
Yeah, straight. He passes the save. Is that a cantrip or a spell?
It's a cantrip.
That's a cantrip. Yeah.
It's a
What's it normally a D6? Yeah, the goblin shakes it off anyways. For some reason, his focus, being surrounded by these guys, is working to his advantage because he doesn't work. Do you stay where you are, Calder?
really. Goblin would pass an intelligence save. Okay, all right. Yeah, I'm gonna Just lie on this rock. I'm gonna go prone again.
Okay, easy enough to do. Goblins have a straight intelligence, interestingly.
They're not
Intelligence of
stupid.
10. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it was a straight roll, so it rolled a straight 14. Anul.
Alrighty. I'm like an air Genasi. I'm attuned to air, obviously. That's why I can mendel with the winds. AKA, I will cast Levitate, which I can do once per day. Will shout out to that goblin that just tried to shoot me. Feel the wrath of the Queen of Air upon you as I channel the winds. There's almost like a little tornado that
Nice.
is starting around him, and I'm gonna try to lift him up, let's say 10 feet in the air.
Oh, I thought it was
So
him.
he makes a con save. I can ping you levitate. Jeez. I don't have that in my spell list, but it's a Constitution saving throw
Fails. It was a
against
6.
12. Yeah. Sweet. Then now he's levitating away.
How high?
Wind's pushing him up, and he's like, whoa! So he can't run away. And I will slowly approach him with my 30 feet of movement, my saber ready, and a grin across my face. Now you're gonna die.
Okay, so I'm just looking at
That's
the
it.
spell now. This is probably going to come
Yeah.
up again. He raises 20 feet in the air.
Up to 20, yeah. I'd say 10 so I can still slice him up.
Oh,
if I
10?
want to. It's up to 20 feet.
Up to 20, so 10 feet is fine. Just reading this closely because I suspect this is going to happen again. Bowser's Constitution row. So he's kind of stuck up there. You can use your action to move him. One thing though, you are effectively concentrating to keep him up there. So if somebody
Definitely,
hits you,
yeah.
I mean, you might fall
Yeah.
down.
True.
But nice, nice. It's gone. Moving around.
Now
there.
you're scared, aren't you, little one?
The this train continues to move up north. Just going to put a little note here. This is now 60 feet to the north of you. Grimmick.
I've been through hell and then more. I'm not about to die to some goblins. As I move the hex to the last goblin there. And I hurl another cannon. Wait,
Nice.
where's my character sheet gone? Here it is. Sorry about that.
Sir.
Oh boy.
Oh, so yeah.
And
Is it dead?
and this, and then again, because it's crit.
It is. So 15. So a 13.
So you
15,
effectively
19,
shoot off its head. Right.
23. Okay, I should take a note of this so far, but so far that's the most damage done by a single attack. 23 damage. More red mist. Nice. And you
It's
stay
up
where
in
you
the
are?
air too, so all of his little bits
Oh!
are gonna go flying everywhere.
Oh, you're right. So you get showered.
The tornado spills everything, and the blood just splatters, just like in a mixer, like.
And
And I
pretty
just
much.
turn around him, questioning, like, that was mine.
Yeah, try to concentrate on that.
Try to concentrate on that. Did you stay where you are, Grimmick?
No, I'm going to start moving towards the caravan.
Okay. And well, Malik, you need to make me a death saving throw.
Yes.
Sorry, buddy, I can't help there.
Okay.
So 1 success. I'll just mark that on your sheet. You're using that roll 20 added. Oh, it must have been from last time. You have 1 success on your death saving throw. Very good.
Okay.
Thoradin! So that one.
So I need to
goblin
get rid of this goblin, don't I? Then I can try and help Malik. So we are going to swing our warhammer again. There we go.
That misses.
Right, so I'm going to use my bonus action again then. So my second one.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, god damn it! These rolls today.
Yeah, misses
Fuck us.
again.
Fate is not on our side.
No.
Okay.
Is there any way I can get in between the goblin and Malik? Although I can't quite see.
No,
Map's
he's
too
right in the
small.
way. You can zoom in on the map, of course. Don't know if you knew. you
Yeah,
could
I'm
do
just doing it now. My machine's just a bit slow, that's all.
that. Okay, yeah, no, there's no room to get between them. Okay, this goblin. Is going to turn and hightail it. You can have attack of opportunity if you like, Thoradin. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Absolutely. Revenge. Oh, I just closed my sheet down. There we go.
15
Nice.
just hits.
God, finally.
Roll damage.
Oh,
This goblin does not flee, but it tries to flee, but you just slash him right across the back and he collapses to the ground. So all goblins are gone. There is a sled here covered with iron ingots. It looks like Grimmick? I don't know, what do you guys do? Let's go through it. So dead, Calder.
Double dash over to Malik
Okay.
if I can make it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably I probably have to use my action to get there, right?
I didn't see where you started from.
It's prone.
There? Oh, if you're prone, then definitely not. No. Yep, you need to get action to get over there. 15 feet to stand up. And then right next to Malik. But that's all you got. Hanul.
Right, so how far away is the carriage from us?
The carriage is... Oh, it's a long way. It's about 150 feet away. It's not actually here. It's 60 feet to the north of the map.
Yeah, that's what 60 was for. All right, I'm gonna look over my shoulder and look Grimlock dead in the eye. You want to hunt it down?
I am chasing that. It might have some gold inside. Like Eldritch Blast is 120 feet. I don't know if I would ever get in range.
I'm gonna
to
give
throw
him. I'm gonna give him a nod and start chasing. Also, I dropped the concentration spell, and the splatter slowly starts gliding to the ground.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw out my light crossbow and start dashing behind it, just following, swift as the wind.
Okay, so...
With 60 feet of movement.
So, cool. We'll let you do that. We're just... The carriage moves away again. We're going to turn this into a chase situation in just a second. But we have the slight problem of Malik being down. So, Grimmick, you start chasing after the carriage, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
If I am over here, would I be able to just fling an Eldritch Blast at it? Or would it be too far away?
Oh, let's see. That it happens. It's already moved, so it's now.
Yeah.
100
So then I just
80
double
feet
dash
away.
after it.
Sure. Okay, so that's Grimmick. Malik, another death saving throw.
Okay.
I wish you luck, bro.
He's
Thanks.
got one
Thanks for saving
success.
me. I
We
would
won't
feel
die.
bad if you die now.
Oh, yeah.
It's just one. It's just a failure. So
Yeah,
one
almost
success,
a double
Another one.
fail.
It's all right.
one
We've got this.
success, one failure. No problem. Thoradin.
Yeah, I was going to say, I have a feeling you might be all right now. So Thoradin's going to move forward to Malik, kneel down in front of him, and put his hand on right in the center of his chest. And you'll see him look up, and he'll look into the sky and chants a few words, and all you'll hear is Lord Tyr, you have your justice. Let me save this man. And I'm going to do Cure Wounds.
Nice.
Worked it. Did I actually use that? Sorry, or did I?
I think you either got an attack setup, possibly, for Cure Wounds. Otherwise, it's just
Click the words on the character sheet. Yeah.
I got myself overexcited there. There we go, found it.
It's alright, it's alright.
There we are.
What matters is he's alive.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Succeeding.
Okay. As I said, we're going to switch this into a chase scene, because otherwise it's you dash, they chase, you dash, they chase. So, Thoradin, I'm just setting up a quick spreadsheet here. You are... Oh, you're miles away. Let's see. Maybe up to you to decide what to do, but you're 300 feet away, we'll say. Malik will just say is the same. Calder is the same. Hanula, you're a bit closer. You're... let's say 180 for you and Grimmick.
Alright.
Okay, so we got the initiative. So, Calder, and your good buddies are up alive again. Did we do Thoradin? Oh, that was the Cure Wounds, yes. Thoradin. Oh, sorry, Calder, what do you do? Gonna chase after it? Grimmick and Hanula are headed off that way.
Walk up to Thoradin and just put a hand on his elbow for a sec and just be like, "Thank you," and then start rushing off towards where the other people are. See if I can help.
All right. Okay, so I'm just checking up some. Okay, so you're dashing there. So don't worry so much about where you are on the thing. But if you take the dash action, you're going to move another 60 feet closer to your fray, which is going to move you 240 feet away. But as you're running, roll me a d20, Calder. It's a straight d20. 12. So you dash through that bounce over snows. You're not impeded in any way whatsoever. Hanul, you continue chasing. Roll me a d20.
Sure. I ignore difficult terrain, so no snow bothering me, hopefully.
Have a look. Yeah, well, with a 14 also, you dash, so you get a bit closer to the carriage as well. Another 60 feet closer for Hanul. Okay, they're going to pull away. So, let me double check.
At which speed are they moving?
I'm just going to double check that. So the polar bear's natural speed is 40. I don't say it's 40
Dragon
since,
something.
but both of them are pulling. There's two of them. So they're going to further 80 feet away. Oops.
Wait, so we're not gaining distance? Okay.
Somebody roll me a d20. No, roll me a d20.
Sure. 20.
Okay, they're
Natural.
fine. Actually, high is good. So that was for the
Shit!
cart, and it just pulls away. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Not impeded in any way. Grimmick, you start chasing as well. Roll me a d20. Ooh. So, as you're running, where's my epic one? Pour snow starts blowing into your face, and you can't quite see. You lose track of it a little bit, and you're unable to take the full dash action with the snow in your eye, so you fall back a little bit. You're now 210 feet away from him. Malik, you start bounding. Roll me a d20.
Okay. Just a second. D20.
Ooh, one. Not so good. So, you're running so hard after this, you don't notice this slight crevice in front of you and you're in danger of falling into it. Make me a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unfortunately, Malik, you didn't see it coming. You fall down into it. And... gonna take a d6 damage. Ooh, lucky. 1 point of damage. It could have taken you out.
Oh,
But
okay.
Malik, I'll put you over here because you're not dying. I will say you're prone in the thing just to keep track of your token. Thoradin, you're chasing after it. May roll me a d20. This walrus from nowhere comes out the side of you and is directly in your way. You do have a chance to jump over top of it, but you need to make me a dexterity saving throw.
No.
Ah, dear. So, Thoradin. Was Thoradin, wasn't it? Yep. We'll just put you over here. It doesn't really matter. But you just bang back into this giant walrus. And it turns around and it growls at you. It is pissed off at you. Calder, roll me a d20. Uh, 18, you're fine, so you get closer. Mark that on my sheet.
I'm gonna yell back, looking at Malik and seeing how difficult of a time him and Thoradin are having. I'm just gonna yell back at them, stay with the cart!
Okay, Hanul. Still chasing? If you are, roll a d20.
No, I will kind of slow down, looking over my shoulder, seeing one of my friends kind of disappearing in a crevice, one straight ahead, rushing into a walrus. I'm a little bit... We're not gaining on them. Senseless Grimmack. I'm gonna just slow down.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll leave you there. Roll me a, Mr. Bump into a Walrus, Thoradin. Roll me a d20 for the cart. It just
13.
continues to power away. Basically 10 or lower is a complication, but it pulls away. Grimmick, what are you doing?
Grimmick will shout to Hanuel, make sure you take note of the tracks. This is useless. Those bears will outpace us.
Okay. So, I was going to say, let's get out of initiative order, but we won't, because there's a new combatant on the field. The Walrus.
Just appeared out of nowhere.
So
No,
you're
it's
all kind of
dangerous.
scattered all over the place. So, but Grimmick, you head back towards the Walrus.
Do I see the walrus?
Let's see, from you, Grimmick, it's 170 feet away.
Then I'll walk closer to it.
So your movement speed's actually 25, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you notice on your red circle I put 120 feet. That's how far you are away from the Walrus. Malik, on the other hand, is between Malik and Thoradin is 60 feet. So you're 60 feet. I will put you like about there. And that's where you actually are relative to the Walrus, Malik. You're in a crevice,
Okay,
by the way. You're gonna.
I'm prone.
You're lying at the bottom of a crevice. The wind knocked out of you.
Okay, but I'm still prone, or I'm up.
You're prone, just lying on your back.
Yeah, so I'm going to get up and then walk towards the waters.
Well, you need to get out of the crevice first. So you need to make me an athletics check to haul yourself out of there.
Okay. Athletics.
Good enough. So you get up there. That's going to take 10 feet of your movement. So this is where you actually are relative to Thoradin. So you have 30 feet of movement, but it did take your action to get out of there. So, up to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a dash action and go towards him.
Okay. The walrus, completely pissed off that this dwarf ran into him, lets out a huge bellow and tries to gore him with his tusks. Rolls an 11. Thoradin, you duck out of the way. Oh, actually, Thoradin should have gone first there. Sorry, Thoradin, you can go first if you like. The walrus will still miss you though.
Perfect. In that case, thank you. Well, I'm going to see if I'm any better with my warhammer. We have a
Fortunately, it does pierce through its blubbery hide. That does hit.
Wow.
Yeah, AC 9 for the walrus. Hurls back in pain. And as I said, I got the order wrong, but it tries to gore you with its tusk. But misses. No damage done. Calder, you are from Thoradin 180 feet away.
Concentrate again and try to ignore the fear welling up inside me, and I'm just going to launch another shadow bolt at it.
What's the range on Shadow Bolt? He's 180 feet away.
Sorry, I completely misheard you.
Yep.
I'm going to double dash towards it then.
Okay, so now you're 120 feet away. As I said, this map's a bit odd. No.
I will take my movement to approach, so 30 feet, and we'll start shooting crossbows at long range.
So you did quite a few dash actions, so away from Thoradin, you're currently 180 feet away from him.
Yeah, long range is 320 feet.
Nice.
I'll roll with disadvantage.
Sure.
That's an 8, just misses.
Disadvantage does cost you,
And
yeah.
no, yeah, need to disable the bonus damage as well.
Okay, and are you going to move?
Yeah, 30 feet.
So now you're 150
Defensive.
feet away. Okay.
And I'm gonna yell out, "Alright, let's hunt this thing down. I want some meat."
Grimmick! Where is Grimmick gone?
So how far away am I if I...
You're 120 feet away.
Alright, that's just what I needed then. So I'll move my 25 closer to it.
And 95 feet away. Yep.
And instead of a bow, it will be like a spear of rock that will try to pierce through him.
Nice. Whew.
Sweet.
Yeah, the absolutely connects with this beast. 12 points of damage. It's still up.
Hey, I still want to eat that thing.
Wait, oh, that's right. Yeah, so another eldritch blast with snow and ice covers around it. Flaps into him. Malik, you are... Oh, how far away were you?
Yeah, last time I took a dash action.
Oh yeah, you actually are where you are. You're right there. I think it would be more like there.
Okay, can I, on the way, can I grab my hand axe that was laying somewhere here?
Sure.
So yeah, I'm gonna try to throw my hand axe. Do I have the distance? Let me. Okay, I think it's with a disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little closer then, throw it.
Can I move a little closer?
Yeah, this is where you started your turn. So you can move closer and get a straight roll.
I see. I see. Okay, maybe. Okay. Okay, then I'm gonna move and then I'm gonna to attack with my longsword then.
Okay, easy enough to do.
So yeah, then I'm gonna slash him with my longsword.
That hits.
Okay.
Ooh,
The
so does-
one-handed.
So 8 damage. Yeah, that's
Yes.
enough. And the Warx goes down. Oh, congratulations, victory!
At long last.
At long.
Yeah.
Almost
Okay.
die in the first quest. Okay.
Almost.
I mean, first level characters are so fragile. It's
Yeah. You're more likely to die in the first few sessions.
Well, who is it? Hunul almost died. Malik? Was it Malik?
Yes.
Malik almost
went down,
died.
yeah.
Okay, but you catch your breath. And the walrus and various goblins scattered around there. And you do see very obvious tracks heading off north from this other cart.
Well,
Okay.
is the fire over there burning? They had camp here, right?
Yeah, it seems so. Seems as if this initial cart, the goblin boss, you go there and there's very fresh goblin tracks. So you get the impression that this main cart was waiting for this cart to catch up, and they just set up camp.
Seems like we were just on time. I'm gonna relay the information that I gather from these tracks to my party, while picking up all my scattered swords, bolts, crossbows, whatever, my blood, I don't know, things lying around, and gonna stow them away. Then kind of clean up my hands from the blood in the snow. Let's get this big boy to the fire, shall we?
Do we find anything on the bodies of the goblins?
Let's... Yes, you do. Tell you exactly what it is. So roll me, let's say, Calder, roll me 66. 6d6.
Against R/D6.
Slash R 66. Slash first.
Nope.
If you don't want to
Alright,
type it
sorry.
in, there's a little dice
Oh,
roller
you need
over on the
you
left.
need a space. You need a space in between, like /R space and then 66.
There you go. So that's how
Thank
many
you.
silver pieces
You're
you
welcome.
found amongst the goblins. They were also wielding scimitars, so there's technically 6 scimitars, 6 short bows, and I'll say 51 arrows. Also 6 short bows, 6 scimitars, and some other ratty looking leather armor.
I want none of that. That's not my standard of quality.
We could just throw it on the cart and take it back.
Yeah, we can.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, we can sell these scimitars and short bows.
So I think
I'm
Thoradin's
gonna
gather
I'm
up
gonna take
a-
me some goblin scalps.
Sure.
I
Calder,
think
Calder's
it's
gonna.
no go
Sorry,
ahead.
go ahead. Sorry, Calder's gonna look for any nicer or not too bloody or not too gross pieces of fabric on the goblins and rip them off.
Sure, easy enough to do. As I said, they're wearing leathers and some furs, and it's not the best quality of either. So you could get as many pieces as you can imagine from the goblins. So scraps of leather, scraps of fur from their cloaks. So yeah, easy enough to do.
Thanks. Sorry, what was that? What was I interrupting there? Sorry, bud.
No, I was just asking, or considering that it's fairly difficult to get a scalp from the goblin that was kind of whirlwind smashed in my tornado.
That's true. There
No
was,
information value in that. Just wondering.
yeah, there was lots of
So
several overkills there.
shall we pull that bad boy to the fire and make us some meat? Who's down for that?
This 21 is like gold or silver pieces?
Silver.
Okay.
What time of the day is it now? I reckon it's getting late, right? Because we spent about 5 hours.
Yeah, let's
just,
go back. Let's
lunkering
go back to bring Shander and call it a day.
I ain't
You
going
should
back.
probably rest by the fire, to be honest.
I might want to go back, but those goblins are going somewhere. I'm curious about what they're on about so close to town.
So, do you guys want to take a short rest and then
Yes, please.
go
I-
after them?
That's what I was referring to. Just warming
Either a
up.
short rest here, or we bunker down by the fire and we spend the night and we follow the tracks. Shouldn't be too hard.
But what about the cart with the ingots? Do we leave it here or you bring with us?
How many ingots are on the carts?
Um,
Like, could we carry them without the sleigh? Or
no, there's it's 600 pounds worth of iron ingots.
Well,
All right. Actually, good call to grab the scimitars. Dwarves might be able to melt them down.
yeah.
Might get us a bonus.
then
So
are we too far away from town?
Well, let's drag you over to the map. The map of Icewind Dale. Which is there. So you're about halfway between Calvin's Cairn and Bryn Shander, so about there. And you
so
could
the
not.
Dwarven Valley is closer.
Yeah, it is a valley. You're not sure how you could get in though. It is you get the impression the dwarves kind of keep to themselves. So it's not like you can knock on the door of a dwarf's house. They're all underground. Of course, you could strike east or west to Tourmaline or Kiradinaval as well. But if you want to get the iron ingots back, you have to take them back to Bryn Shander. Probably slightly quicker to get to Tourmaline. But you still have the problem of the ingots.
Yeah, but honestly, what time it is? Like
Oh
late
yeah,
afternoon?
it's maybe an hour worth of daylight, quote unquote.
Okay. Yeah, might be difficult, but we can still get back before midnight. It's like 8 miles according to the map. I guess like Hanul would have pretty good idea how much time we would spend if there are no complications.
Midnight would be a good approximation. The sled, you give the sled a test. It is easy enough to move on the snow, you know, given the lack of friction and all that good stuff. So it wouldn't be too cumbersome to take it back.
Have any? So at the camp where the goblins were camping and they have the campfire, is there any kind of shelter there, or is it just literally an open fire?
It was the shelter as you see it. There's some trees around it. A little bit of cover by this half-dead tree. So, average.
Calder's gonna definitely. He's gonna cut off some walrus meat, and he's gonna head toward the fire, and he's just gonna say, you know, guys, I think we should go in here and rest for a while. And he's looking at Malik the whole time. Because Malik's hurt, and he doesn't like that.
Sure. Then let's rest. Why not?
So you
Grimmy
all,
will move
all
towards
gather.
the sleigh. and try to start pushing it towards the fire.
Okay. Boom. There we go. So feel free to gather around the fire,
So
and you
I'm
can.
going to spend the night here and then I spend the night here or just a short rest?
No, night actually.
Okay.
Although, to be honest, I'd be fucking down to hunt down the carriage. So if anybody wants to join me, might be a suicide mission, but if it works, it's fucking amazing.
Okay, but you plan to, sounds like, to camp down here for the evening. Let me just roll a something. Okay, so I'm going to say you feel free to retcon it again, but the night goes without incidents. You each take up a shift, keeping an eye out for things. Nothing approaches.
Sorry to interrupt, Malcolm, but I'm fucking serious about it. Is anyone down to hunt down the sleigh? The carriage?
I
Like in the
reckon
evening?
by the time we mend our wounds and I look at Malik and Hanwell, I think it'll be pretty late. We're better off deciding tomorrow morning if we chase it. I'll be down to chase it. We know where it
Yeah.
went roughly.
The problem is that we don't know if they keep the pace, like we don't know where they are going, so we can take a whole day search for them and then get lost on the blizzard. So
So it's fine by you. I'd actually split up the party. I'd chase in the evening. I'd take the risk after a short rest. If I die, I die. Don't have to join me. But I want that fucking bear carriage.
Yeah.
Is that alright with you, Malcolm?
Yeah, it's your character.
Sure. So I'm gonna take a short rest.
So at the very least, everybody gets a short rest.
Where is it? It died. There we go.
Ooh, nice.
If that's not a sign, I don't know. we had so much. You know, there's a wanderlust that drives me. I'm blessed by Arkady, the Queen of Air, and I do always have her winds in my back. I see this as a sign that carriage belongs to us, hopefully.
Your will is your own, but if you find something, I tell you to come back. My short legs will only slow you down in the middle of that snow. But I reckon you're a fast lad. If you find something, just come back and report. Don't do something hasty. I'll hate to lose another one in the snow.
Well, we'll find out. Yet if this should be goodbye, I really enjoyed this little adventure we had while we were at it. I wish you good luck, and if I should not come back to collect my bounty, share it among yourselves. A drink to my remembrance.
Malik, are you going to roll some hit dice with your short rest?
okay, yeah.
And with these last words,
So you
Right.
get
leaves.
I did take the con into account, so you're 5 hit points back.
Okay.
Okay, so well, Hanul goes up. Well, actually, Hanul, make me a survival check.
Will do. 15.
Nice. So the rest of you are just camping out here, maybe expecting Hanul to get back. What are you doing?
Is Hanu already out?
Yep, it was.
Yeah, I left. I'm gone. Said goodbye.
Can Calder sneak off after Hernol?
Oh, actually, shit. One more thing. I still got your ring, I believe. Grandma.
No, it comes out with me.
Okay.
That's
All
alright.
right. Sure. thought I took all your abilities with me now. That would be funny.
So, Calder, you're going to sneak off after Hanul?
Yeah.
Make me a stealth check. See if you can beat Hanul's passive perception.
All right. My,
Do I notice Calder heading out?
Well, I don't know. Does Calder disappear from the group or only disappear when he gets closer to Hanul?
He's going to tap Malik on the back on his way out and let him know.
I'm gonna say to you that don't do that, man. You already exhausted. It will just make you more exhausted, and then it make it really hard for you. Let's stay together.
Calder?
Just gonna say, oh, I'll be okay. I know how to move around quietly. I'll be right back. I just want to make sure he's safe.
Technically, that
And I'm
stealth
gonna
should have
roll
been a
that.
disadvantage
Yeah,
because you're
I'm gonna
exhausted.
roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna roll that again.
10.
10.
Okay. I assume Hanul has at least 10 passive perception?
yeah, 15. I'd probably stealth as well as soon as I'm gone from the group. So I'm gonna make a stealth check too. Okay.
Sure. Stealth versus stealth. 18.
That's an 18, and I move at normal pace, so you would probably not
that's
see
fine.
me, and also I would outpace you.
Well, it
so
depends. I'm
if I
assuming
die, I die.
I'm assuming Calder's trying to see him, so Calder, make a perception check. To beat an 18. 18 or better. Yeah, you lose him in the snow, Calder. But Hanul, you do notice this big traveling caravan thing, and it's not actually that far away. It's about 400 feet from where you set up camp.
Yes. All right. So what do I see from a distance? I guess it's now twilight, at least.
Yep.
Probably
Yep.
dusk.
Yep.
I do not have any dark vision, so a perception check would probably with disadvantage.
Oh no, you get close enough so that you can see
Okay.
it. You do see it. And it's 400 feet away from the campsite.
Yeah, I want to approach sneakily.
Make a stealth check. Stealth check.
Another one? Okay.
Yep. Well, the first one was to avoid Calder,
Natural
and the
20.
second one... Yep. Okay, so what do you do?
Is there any movement? I thought there
Uh,
was at least one goblin on it still, right?
the two polar bears seem to be settling down for the night. They're still harnessed to the machine, and you don't see anything. Presumably something's inside.
Yes. So what was that little token on the side, by the way?
This is a hawk. And it is
What?
a hawk. Like
A hawk. Ah, gotcha.
Does
Sorry.
okay.
Yeah.
And
Tough to
it's
understand.
not there as well. Before it was riding on top of the carriage, but both it and the other goblin you cannot see.
Okay. Let's see how this goes. So I probably would be able to sneak past the polar bears without any problem.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, natural 20 is not necessarily a success. There's passive perception here. They don't have 25 passive perception.
All right. Then this carriage has like a door, I guess, or at least I would like to approach and press my ear against it, try to hear what's going on inside while reading a blade.
Okay, you hear some movement inside of it, but that's it. No talking, nothing. Just some movement inside.
One person, two person.
Make a
Plural
perception
or
check
singular?
to see if you can work that out. So you definitely hear movement. Perception will tell you how much you hear.
14.
You think there's one creature in there.
All right. I'm a wait outside. Actually, while sneaking, I have this feature that I haven't used yet, but I will more often for
Uh-huh.
roleplay purposes and flavor.
Okay.
I don't breathe. Like
Alright.
literally, I don't breathe. I will wait outside until this individual stops moving around, or at least I will try to wait outside. I'm not sure. I assume it's going to sleep at some point.
Let's say after about an hour or so, you hear a gentle snoring from inside.
All right, I'm gonna sneakily open the door,
Uh-huh.
head inside.
Okay.
Very, very careful.
I think with your natural 20 for stealth, you do open the door, and you see a goblin, so much bigger than the other ones, fast asleep.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is draw both my scimitars,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna try to slit his throat. I think
Okay.
that's advantage and auto crit if it hits.
Mm,
I want to kill that bastard.
let's have a look.
He's sleeping. He's incapacitated.
Incapacitated
Leave
just
that
means
box.
he can't take
I'm not-
actions or reactions. And he has to be paralyzed for it to be auto crit, and he's not paralyzed. But you do
Oh,
will
brilliant.
have you do have
Okay.
advantage on both attacks, though, but they won't be auto crits.
Alright. Let's see. Wish me luck, boys. They could be our carriage. So that's the first one. It's a crit.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one is a 15.
Second one
Oh,
does.
Yeah, I did have my bonus damage enabled, but it's +2 on both of them. So first one would be 11 points of damage, and the second one 8 points of damage. If the 15 hits.
15 doesn't hit. Okay, with that, the goblin wakes up. So we're going to do a quick initiative for this. Whoops, it's not initiative. This is initiative. And we'll get... Oops. Just between the two of you.
Oh shit, forgot to select my token. Shit.
What was a 13? What did you roll? A 16. Okay, so you go first.
I'm gonna do the same thing again.
Okay.
He
Not at
hasn't
advan-
moved, so with advantage again. From the natural explorer.
I guess, yeah. And he's actually prone as well, so yeah.
17, 7 points of damage.
That does hit. He's still alive.
11 does miss probably.
Doesn't miss. Okay, so he grabs to his feet, snarls at you, swings it twice at you with his scimitar. First one, whoosh, rolls a 12. Second one, whoosh, also rolls a 12. So both miss. He's on his feet though and snarling in your direction. Your turn again.
Fuck yes.
And down he
Natural
goes.
20
You're kidding me.
and 14. 16 points of damage. on
So
the
he's
first
down. I'm going to assume you're going to... We have to finish shortly, so I'll just let you know what you find there. You do find...
Yeah, it's quite alright. Take your time. We can play it out either in text-based. I didn't want to prolong the session by any means.
Okay.
We can do the text-based or next session. I will just behead him pretty much, and
Cool.
yeah, we can do everything text-based.
That's what you find in the carriage. And do you head back to camp?
It depends. Let's do text-based. I'm not sure if I'll be able to tame the bears. I want that carriage. You see.
Sure. Well, the bears are still asleep.
Yeah, so I'd probably sleep inside. And yeah.
Sure. Well, let's pick this up next week then. Hope you all had a good time, and welcome to the first session. And we'll touch base next week.
Oh fuck yes.
Thanks,
That
guys.
finally
Sounds
was
great
Very much so.
session.
Great, thank you.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.